Rental purchase lease transaction. Visit rentacenter.com for details.
Woo-hoo!
Every March, Jersey Mike's turns money from subs into charitable donations.
And March 29th is Jersey Mike's annual day of giving, where 100% of sales are donated to local charities.
And to kick off all that giving, Peter gave me an apron. I'm honored.
Looking good, Danny. We've got subs to make, though.
Yeah. Now I know why you gave me the apron.
Yeah.
Join us Wednesday, March 29th for Jersey Mike's Day of Giving. Be a sub above.
FAS Windows and Doors is the company to use to make your house feel better and look better. You know what they can do? Get rid of those single-pane aluminum frame windows and get you double-insulated vinyl windows. That'll save you money, make your AC work less, make your house look better and feel better. And I tell you, man, they can do it for you fast. Their showroom, easy to find. Fairbanks and I-4. Slide in, pick out the windows that you love, have them installed by their pros, and your house will never, ever be the same. And they can even do that for you in the door as well. Book your consultation today easily at FASWD.com.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Josh, quote, "After walking around my whole life being a mouth breather, I was excited to try Navage. I read the directions carefully, pressed the button, and oh my gosh, what a sensation. So much mucus, so much crud, but oh sweet, merciful air, I can finally breathe you through my nose. Never have I ever taken such an amazing breath in my life. This is a life changer," unquote. He's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Lowe's knows how to get your lawn ready for spring. And right now, you can get up to $20 off select Scott's Triple Action Fertilizer. Plus, get a Cobalt 40-volt 15-inch string trimmer or leaf blower. Your choice, $149, only at Lowe's. Get set for spring. Visit us in-store or online today, because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid 3/9 through 3/22. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
As America's largest injury law firm, size is our strength. Morgan & Morgan.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and Sealing.
It is Tuesday, March 14th, 2023. Lots to get to today, from will more banks fail to the ultimate Grow-ers versus Show-ers study, and Ticketmaster has a terrible new idea.
Nobody called me.
Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Sup?
Hello, Sealing.
What's happening?
Hello to you. You can join us on the show today. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show. Facebook, YouTube, and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. And it is, friends, a Share the Show Tuesday. That means you share the show. It's as easy as that. Just tell somebody about the News Junkie radio show. Share a link to the podcast. Hit like on one of the video streams, like on YouTube. Hit that like button right now.
Smash it.
Smash it as hard as you can. Don't break a mouse. But otherwise, hit it really hard so it sticks. and just tell somebody today about this show. That would be greatly appreciated on a Share the Show Tuesday. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Chill.
Yeah, it's a little chilly this morning. It is a little bit colder than I expected.
Yeah, my skin is loving it.
When I went outside, you're all dry?
Yeah,
Ooh,
dry.
God.
I mean, for days.
That does it to me every single time. Oh, my God. It's only Vegas is worse.
Not where it counts, though.
Well, the rest of you. You see what I mean?
Grower, shower.
We're going to get to those of you who are sending in dispatches already on the show. We'll play those momentarily. Let's start as we always do. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse, and let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to 1 month ago, where the stock prognosticator himself, the man who knows all things about finance, the man with all the buttons for the Bulls and the Bears, Jim Cramer, is talking about this particular bank he thinks people should invest in. Remember, this is just 1 month ago when he was talking about Silicon Valley Bank. What should you do with your money?
The ninth best performer year to date is SVB Financial, don't you want? This
is he always stressed out?
With the deposit base that Wall Street had been mistakenly concerned about.
Look at the
SVB
sleeves.
is still Silicon Valley Bank. Recently bought one of our favorite research firms, Nathanson, and it's become less dependent upon private equity and venture capitalist offers.
I've noticed sometimes I have no idea what he's saying.
It's so fast.
He, just teeters into auctioneer territory for a couple seconds at a time.
You go, what was that? Wait, what was that part?
He said SVB stands for Silicon Valley Bank. He said SVB means Silicon Valley Bank.
You're like, buddy,
what?
you got a whole show. You can say the words.
But if there's any visual cues, the fact that you start this clip and he has the no jacket on.
Nope.
Sleeves are all rolled up.
Like a meteorologist during a hurricane.
Yeah, which I think is a big alert. But this is how he dresses all the time?
This is how he does things. And this is 1 month ago when he's talking about this bank that just failed.
Wait a second. Those dried up last year, they could come back.
What?
Yeah, some of them come back here with the stock directly affects an oversold position. Stock is the fourth worst performer in 2022. I think the fears were not justified, and it's a very compelling situation. Hey, by the way, long-term private equity and venture capital, they're not going away.
Oh, my God,
Being
man.
a banker to these immense pools of capital has always been a very good business. Stock's still cheap. Now, you have to remember that...
Yeah, why not buy it? The stock is still cheap. It's a great deal. This Silicon Valley Bank, get it while you can.
If I talk at 350 words per minute, then you're just going to do what I say, huh?
I don't know if there's anybody in the finance world who's got it wrong more times than Mr. Jim Cramer.
Still got a show, though.
He's still out there. People still watch religiously, and they follow the guy. And it's like, he a month ago said this bank that just failed miserably was a good investment. Put some money in that. Follow my advice here.
Now, I'm curious. I don't know if it's a Mo question, but maybe something worth Googling. If he were to say something and people follow it, but it's via insider information, or perhaps he invests himself, is that any sort of ethical, illegal movement?
I think they have to run, just like we have to run these little warnings and stuff on the show, like the disclaimers. I think on that channel they have to run disclaimers.
I think any sort of money advice, they need to really cover their asses.
Because imagine some old grandma's watching this and she goes, "This bank, Cramer said it himself."
Some old grandma can't hear what Cramer's saying.
She's got the closed captioning on. She's got to read what Cramer's saying.
What's happening?
And he said, look, take your money and put it in this stock. And then, bam, the stock fails absolutely miserably. More banks may fall in the wake of all this, so we'll keep our eyes on that today.
He just upgraded the Bluth company to a don't buy.
Was he in that? Did they actually have him in Arrested Development?
Yeah, he was the one that was always giving the updates on how they're doing.
Yeah, one of the things I saw today was there was an employee from Silicon Valley Bank, the bank that collapsed, and the employee was like, everybody is angry with our CEO, and they called their CEO absolutely idiotic. And I'm going, wow, what, who was at fault here? Is the CEO actually absolutely idiotic? And the employee makes a great point. And the employee said, look, people are shocked at just how stupid the CEO is. You're in business for 40 years and you're telling me you can't raise $2 billion privately? Get on a jet and fly to Kuwait like everybody else and give them control of 1/3 of the bank. And they were saying this guy goes out and on one of the calls where all these people in the investment world are listening, he says, we just need to make sure nobody freaks out. We want to make sure people don't panic and try to get their money out of the bank. He said that before shoring up any money that could have helped them if there was a run on the banks. And it's like, oh my God, that is pretty stupid. All these other companies did the exact opposite of that. And some of those banks are still floating now because of it. So the employees over there, I guess, are real pissed off at how the CEO has operated some things. And then you have other banks like Credit Suisse and some others that are saying they've got some issues and
got some holes.
They've got some, yes, they do indeed, in the business, and they're worried about what's going to happen with that over the next 24 to 48 hours. And now, on to the thing that I saw today, and I go, wow, this is crazy. More people are talking about this. I feel like the three of us may have been the only people talking about this. We were like the only ones who were going, hey, isn't this kind of a weird thing? But now it's happening to more people at their jobs, and more people are starting to mention it. Any idea where I'm going with this?
I no.
We talked about something that happens to us, and now all these other people are like, hey, you know what they're doing at my work? It's really kind of weird, but they're doing this. It's that whole phishing test thing. Oh. And our company was doing this, and we were talking about how our company is like sending out fake emails, iHeart is, and they're trying to get us to click on it.
I thought more people were getting a donut lounge.
No, yeah, right? They don't have that. We got the donut lounge.
That's right.
So
Suck it, everybody else.
But there are more people now, and you may even have this at the business you work at, where somebody at the company is sending around a fake email to try to get you to click it, and then afterwards they shame you like, ha!
Did you fall for it?
Yeah, that's exactly what they do to us. They send around an email after they try to get us on a phishing scam, and they're like, did you fall for it? This many employees clicked on this.
Mind you, I feel like our company started doing it because we were having a lot of employees click actual phishing scams.
Yes, yeah, but then they started the fake ones.
Yeah, and now there's more fake ones than there's actual real.
And some of the fake ones, like I saw somebody who said, pretty sure this is a phishing test from my company, but willing to risk it all. And it was an email, and it said, just a small token of our appreciation. And it was a $25 gift card, and he goes, all right. He clicks it, and then
what an idiot.
It's the page that says the phishing scam thing. He was like, worth the risk.
But did he put in, are they just trying to get him to click something? Because when they do ours, we click something, and then they ask us for a username and password.
Mm-hmm, right.
And I wouldn't be surprised if the person facilitating the phishing, it's phishing for people that could get fished.
Right. Yes.
In a weird way.
What?
It's fishing for fishable people.
Yes.
You're trying to find the boomers.
Freshwater or salt?
No, that sounds complicated, but you're trying to find the suckers in your company who are going to leak the information and fall for a hoax.
When I click these links and then it tells me to put in the username and password, and I know that this looks like a definite phishing attempt, I often write dirty things in the username and password. Like, no effing way, this is effing stupid. And so, I don't know that my name is attached to it unless it was part of the link.
Right.
But I'm definitely not putting in my actual
your real information, which is what they're looking for. Angel on YouTube says, I get those too. They don't tell us others clicked, but I do get a congratulations when I report it. Sabrina reported one time, I think, right?
I felt good about it.
Like, hey,
they're like, you did it, girl.
I know this is fake.
All these other idiots.
I know they're trying to take advantage of me, but this is happening more and more places. And this one person, it says, after they tried to get the $25 because, hey, why not give it a shot? It says, oops, you clicked on a simulated phishing test. Remember these 3 rules to stay safe online. And they tell them, some tips and tricks to avoid getting your information stolen or giving out any business info. Because with that, people could do all kinds of stuff. And there is no shortage of people trying to do that for real.
And see, my thing is, with all the 2-factor authentication that's in place all over our company, what do you think you can really get out of my username and password?
I don't know. Would they be able to log in and take over a radio station or something?
Not without
some more stuff.
Well, they could sign you up for other things.
Yeah, trust me, they'll try to get something out of it, or send an email purported to be from you to somebody else.
But they would have to have the 2-factor to get into my email.
Yeah, they're doing this all over the place right now. We had a question at the end of our first segment I think it was our first segment, maybe it was later on in the show on Monday. And it was, I wonder how many people watched the Oscars. The numbers are in. The Oscar viewing audience was 18.7 million viewers. It was the biggest award show audience in quite some time, which maybe that means people are coming back to these award shows. In 2021, the Oscars drew fewer than 10 million viewers. So this went up from 10 million to 16.6 to 18.7 million viewers. Why? My guess is people wanted to see if there was anything to do with the Chris Rock slap. Is there any chaos happening? And they were watching.
Turns out it's back to being boring.
Yeah, and you were asking about The Last of Us, which did very well. God, I thought it was in here how many viewers. I think it was like 8 or 10 million viewers, said, was what The Last of Us got, which is insanely impressive when you think about the fact that that's behind a paywall. You have to pay to get access to
and a
watch
brand new
that.
show.
Right,
and coming from,
show.
I think, knowing that it was a video game, some people would turn their nose until after that second episode. They're like, no, this is really good.
Those people never see the Mortal Kombat movies?
Right. Well, that came in very, very good and was a big competition for them, but didn't get as much as the Oscars did. Okay, we're going to go to you when we come back and see what's on your mind today as we roll on a Share the Show Tuesday. Plus, a man just minding his own business when a zebra attacks him. Where did this happen? In Ohio, of all places. We'll talk about this and the quote, I think he tore my arm off. I'll give you the details of what happened here. It's pretty wild, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
You're asking an awful lot of that magic eraser. For some extra elbow grease, tell your smart speaker to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
If Florida's Turnpike is a part of your travels this morning, you can expect light congestion between Hancock Road and Colonial Drive heading southbound. There's stop-and-go traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. Heading westbound on I-4, expect delays between the Beach Line and before State Road 535. Construction continues on Orange Blossom Trail, both northbound and southbound between Holden Avenue and I-4. See traffic troubles, call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by GetYourOilChange.com.
It's spring break. Be ready to roll. Valvoline Instant Oil Change provides a stay-in-your-car premium Valvoline oil change that includes an 18-point maintenance check, all in about 15 minutes. Go to GetYourOilChange.com to save up to 50%.
You know, a lot of crazy financial news out there. Inflation is still very, very high. In fact, the latest numbers came in, and it's still expensive to get stuff at the grocery store or wherever you're going. So you got to be smart, and you got to try to use things to earn some money on the side. That's why I use Upside. Upside is an incredible app for anybody who buys gas, groceries, or goes to a restaurant. With Upside, I'm not getting slammed by inflated prices because I get cash back on every purchase. I know this sounds too good to be true, but it really is super easy. It's not something that's like embarrassing. You don't have some big gift card you have to give somebody, or like something you printed out that you have to redeem at the restaurant. It's all very easy. They don't even know you're doing it. Use my promo code REAL and get 25 cents or more back for every gallon on your first tank of gas. Next, you make a claim for whatever you're trying to get on Upside. Maybe it's something at the grocery store. Maybe it's something at the restaurant. You check in, you pay like you normally do, and you get paid. Upside earners our users are earning more than $1 million every single week, and they have a 4.8 star rating on the App Store. If you look for that like I do, you know this is legit. Download the free Upside app and use the promo code REAL to get 25 cents or more back for every gallon on your first tank of gas. That's promo code REAL.
Get ready to celebrate your favorite podcasts at our iHeart Podcast Awards. Tune in as the best podcasts take home awards in categories like comedy, crime, pop culture, and more. Watch on iHeartRadio's YouTube channel and Facebook page. And listen right here, tonight at 9.
Considering an EV for yourself or your business? Consider the benefits of subscription. I'm Scott Painter, CEO of Autonomy, where an EV subscription is like a lease but way more flexible. It's a debt-free way to get month-to-month access to a new EV. You can even pay with your credit card. Learn more at autonomy.com.
It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity during tax season because so much sensitive info is all together.
Before we start the annual meeting of Sean's personal info, has anyone seen Social Security number?
Not me.
Nuh-uh. Oh, no.
He's been stolen.
LifeLock by Norton makes it easy to help protect yourself. If you become a victim, we'll work to fix it. No one can monitor all transactions, but you can save up to 25% off your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREON info.com.
Well, hello there. I am the Guitar Hotel. I have over 3,000 of the newest slot machines and nearly 200 table games with real cards and real dealers. Come experience my incredible lineup of restaurants, bars, and of course, Hard Rock Live. Or spend a day soaking up the sun in my 18 acres of poolside paradise. I can't wait to meet you. Visit hardrockholly.com to find out more.
If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
I love going on double dates to McDonald's. And by double, I mean twice a day. And by dates, I mean quality time with my choice of a savory sausage biscuit or sausage McMuffin paired with hash browns for $2.79 in the morning. Then sneak away for either a delicious McDouble or McChicken with small fries on the side for $3.69 later in the day. Who needs romance when there's McDonald's? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid when product served.
No matter what I get, it's 20% off every day when I spend $1 on the McDonald's app. So yesterday was my please the whole fam on the way to the game meal. Today is my finally get them to stop asking, are we there yet meal. Who knows what tomorrow will be? Maybe a delicious crispy chicken sandwich all for myself meal. Whatever it is, it's a win. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid through December 31st, 2023 at participating McDonald's. Valid once a day. Excludes tax. McD app download and registration required.
What happened during COVID I call the car rush, like the gold rush. It was crazy. Cars went nuts. Then they came down hard. And now they're leveling off, and I believe they're coming up a little bit. So if you want to sell your car, go to GiveMeTheVIN.com, and you will get a good check, a quick payoff, a clean pickup, and a great experience. They don't call us America's best car buyer for nothing.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Only iHeartRadio gives you access to all of your favorite radio stations.
It's the Woody Show.
Hello.
Rob Ryan Show, check it in.
All of the once-in-a-lifetime events.
Alter Ego, are you ready?
All of the best free curated playlists. My favorite music.
A little bit of everything.
All of the great podcasts for every interest.
Stuff they don't want you to know.
All of the mind-blowing contests.
$20,000.
Awesome. All of your favorite superstars.
This is Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters.
And best of all, it doesn't cost a thing. Download the absolutely free iHeartRadio app now.
At Morgan & Morgan, the fee is free. You don't pay us anything unless we win your case.
Radio.
They're best friends. Unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the News Junkie.
Keep your hands on the wheel, 'cause I'm going round the bend, and the way that I feel.
Okay, I have so many questions. We need to find some answers. And this is about this story about some dude in Ohio who got attacked by a damn zebra, and is a 72-year-old guy. And this zebra, they said, was aggressive. It charged their car, went after him.
And came from where?
I guess there's a bunch of zebras in Ohio.
This is the first I hear.
Me too. That's why I said I have so many questions. We have to start at the basics, though. Is there a significant difference, minus the stripes, between a zebra and a horse? Like,
yes.
is a zebra bigger than a horse?
think they're smaller but more agile.
Okay. I mean, like they grow up in a totally different atmosphere, and obviously they've evolved to deal with different stuff than a horse
All right,
would.
let's go to the internets. The greatest difference between a zebra and a horse are their size, speed, and coloration.
Okay, what's the size difference?
Zebras are smaller and lighter than horses. They can exceed them in length. Zebras are also slower than horses in the majority of cases, but they are fast animals in their own respect.
So a zebra is like a crappy horse.
Is that fun for you?
Yeah. He's reading along because he's looking at the same story. A zebra is like a smaller horse, but maybe prone to be more aggressive or something. Just
Maybe
judging
they're
by
not
what
supposed to be in
happened.
Ohio.
Well, I guess there are some in Ohio.
I don't know where zebras are native to.
Somewhere in Africa.
Yeah.
Is where you would find them,
So
naturally.
were they just brought over to Ohio?
Look, we all got questions here, clearly, but they said Ohio deputies shot and killed a zebra on Sunday.
It was black and white and red all over.
It truly was. After it nearly tore a man's arm off. So that brings me to question 17 or so here. Do horses/zebras, do they tend to attack with their mouth? I always knew if a horse kicks you, you're in big trouble. Or if a horse bucks you off, obviously that's what got people like Christopher Reeves and stuff. You can really, really get hurt by an animal like that. The amount of power that a horse has in its legs is just unbelievable. But do they bite people like that? Are you at risk if you're around a horse, if a horse is, just attacking you?
Definitely. If you get bit by a horse, they could chop your fingers.
You look into a horse's mouth and you see the chompers on those things. It's big. And
But
I
I
just
feel
didn't know
like
they bit people.
They're more of a defensive animal, not aggressive, not coming at you at first.
Well,
So what was this 72-year-old doing?
Well, that's a good question, too. I guess he was in his car or something. Let me keep reading here. Ronald Clifton is the guy's name, okay? This was in Circleville, Ohio. Ronald Clifton, 72 years old. He tells dispatchers that he was attacked by a zebra, and he requested...
They're like, we got to see now.
I know. They probably thought this person was crazy out of their mind because he requested a rescue team. It's like, oh, so you got it. Yeah, you need the old zebra rescue team, huh? Yeah, we'll send him over, Ronald. It's on the way. The newspaper reported the dispatcher was in disbelief, of course, and asked Clifton to confirm that they had heard him correctly. I think he tore my arm off.
Oh, my God.
Send a chopper, Clifton said on the call. He was lying on the ground.
Guy thinks a chopper can just come in at any time.
Just swoop in and get him. His arm was bleeding below the elbow when deputies arrived. And that's another one, too. So a horse bite is so significant, it could bite your damn arm off?
Well, remember, he's 72. That skin is very fragile.
Yeah, I guess so.
If they fall just a little bit, it's like the bruise of 1,000 men.
Abraham on Twitch says, they kick and bite. Yes, they're complete dicks. People have tried to tame them. And eFresh Rock says, zebras are a horse that are a part of a stripes gang. Okay, thank you for that.
Hilarious.
So he said, I think they tore my arm off, send a chopper, and the deputies arrived and stuff. And then they had some guy who showed up with a whip, and he's whipping the
This
zebra.
is the most ridiculous story.
I swear this is real. He was whipping the zebra to get away from the people because the zebra kept trying to attack everybody. Here, let me play this for you, because one of these reports, I think, shines a little more light on this and makes it seem like I'm not making this up. So here this
10
is.
TV, meanwhile, is learning more tonight about a Pickaway County man bitten by a zebra. We do want to warn you, the video might be hard to watch. We're not going to air the entire video because it is too graphic. Here is the moment deputies arrived on scene.
That's the one that bit him, so don't get close to him.
All right, there's the zebra.
10 TV confirmed.
Just
the man
hanging out.
attacked
Probably
is
so
the owner.
scared.
It happened on Sunday at the Circleville farm. The video of first responders and deputies coming to their owner's aid.
I see that guy's got like a
was
whip or
released
something.
Today. The deputy said he was able to use his air horn and sirens to scare the zebra away from the cruiser where they were
Look
when
how
they first
many
arrived. The deputy
There's like
law enforcement is
There's
there.
like 10 police cars
Did they
on the zebra story.
perhaps want to reach out to someone who knows what they're doing?
Maybe they brought somebody with them, because I don't know who the person was that was going up to the zebra trying to get it away from them. But it's pretty wild. Catfart on Twitch says, dude, I had a friend in middle school that had her nipple bitten off by her horse.
Why just the nipple?
She was giving him treats with his head over her
cold
shoulder,
outside.
and he nipped her, literally. Oh. I did not know that this was such a danger with these kind of animals. In this case, not a horse, a zebra.
A tourniquet then helped the farmer get to the ambulance. The family did give permission to shoot the zebra if he came closer.
And they
Moments
did.
later, body camera video shows the zebra approaching deputies. One fires a shotgun, striking it in the head and killing it.
Oh, man.
Now, in the state of
yeah.
Ohio, zebras
Holy cow. Wait, hold on. What was she saying here?
are not considered dangerous wild animals. They are allowed to be owned, but local governments may have restrictions.
So are there just zebras running around in Ohio? What the hell is going on out there? That is really weird. There's something strange about this story. Very, very strange. But I don't know if he's going to be able to keep his arm. He's hoping for that. But this old man was attacked by this damn zebra.
My friend Farmer John, who we've talked to before on the show, says
Nice guy.
Zebras are assholes, meaner and wilder than a mule.
Really? All right. So these things it looks kind of like an adorable horse, got all the stripes and stuff, but don't go anywhere near them seems to be the message here. And I'll listen to that. I'll definitely follow that. We're going to go to you and your dispatches in just a moment here, but you can join us on the show with one of those. All you have to do is go to thenewsjunkie.com. If we're talking about something, you got more information, you got a story, you got something you want to tell us, you want to ask us questions about anything, all you have to do is go to thenewsjunkie.com, hit record on your first dispatch now. Here is D-Dub-D with a dispatch.
Happy today, junkies.
Hey.
Man, about the zebra thing, a few years ago back, I think Jack Hanna and a bunch of people had to do a rescue in Ohio because of a bunch of animals got out and were going crazy like lions and tigers and bears, oh my. But something's going on in Ohio. They got a lot of weird animals out there for some reason. Love y'all. Share the show every day.
Ohio gets buried on social media, especially as of like the memes of the last 6 months or so, where if there's something insane going on, every one of the comments is like, just a normal day in Ohio, and like everybody trashes Ohio. Now they're giving them a little more fuel. I like this because maybe Ohio can take the heat off of Florida.
Right.
And we can be like, man, those Ohio people are crazy.
Uh-huh.
And we don't have to be in the spotlight here so much. You other states listening, you have it way better than we do. Here's a Gunslinger with a dispatch.
I was nearly kicked by somebody's zebra up here in Lake County.
Wow.
I actually felt the hoof brush the hair on my arm. Ooh. Extremely aggressive.
Yeah, I've seen some videos of a horse, like somebody's just behind a horse, and the horse kicks the person, and they fly away like a comically high speed.
It'll mess you up.
Yeah, like it could definitely kill somebody. Without a doubt, you could die from,
I think
from a hit like that.
I don't think I would survive a horse kick.
No, I don't think I have it in me either. I'm barely floating as it is. Here's Robert talking about these phishing tests that companies are doing. When I say phishing, I don't mean like with a fishing pole. I mean they're sending emails to try to trick their own employees. PHISHING is where they try to get you to click something bad in an email. And Robert's talking about that.
Hey, junkies.
Hey.
About the phishing emails. My company sometimes will send out an email where it says that your password is expired, and we'll ask you to make a new password, and we'll have you type in the old one and then type in the new one and all that. I think that one's a little deceptive, and that has got me many times, and I hope my company doesn't flag me for it.
I think those make more sense to me than when they send ones out that say, you won $50.
Say what?
Click this link, and you go, you're faking me out with like I've won a prize for the company or something, and now when I click that prize, not only do I not get one, but I get in trouble?
It's almost meaner to do it when there's some sort of like bonus.
Yeah.
And how many tricks until people learn their lesson?
It's never going to change, I don't think.
I wonder if
people are suckers.
I wonder if the person who runs it for iHeart has like a list of frequent offenders. Like, all right,
damn it, David.
Like you know, like if you hear there's been like a violent incident in a small town, there's probably a local sheriff who goes, all right, let's see what Joshua is up to. Like, that guy's always in trouble.
Got a rap sheet a mile long.
So, like, I wonder if there was a security breach at the at iHeart, would there be somebody in the tech office that goes, It's Steve.
They just walk over to his office.
Just go find Steve and see if Steve clicked on any stupid emails.
Oh, God, I'm sure that happens. One more on this. Here is the Big Show.
News junkies, what's going on? Your man Big Show here.
Hey.
So I actually work for a company that does that phishing emails, and if you guess it right, they give you like a $25 gift card.
Oh, that would be nice.
Oh,
I would have like $400 by
what
now.
Level it's on, but I've definitely clicked it a couple times. But if you guess it wrong, they still shame you for guessing it wrong. Like, nope, this was a real email. It's weird, but hey, 9 times out of 10, you might get a gift card if you guess properly.
Okay, I don't mind that side of it. Like if an employee spots a malicious email and they report it to the company, if the company put a little bounty out for that and they gave the first reporter $25 or $50 or whatever, I think that's great. But when they promise you money and then when you click it, it's like, dummy. Not only do you not get money, but now you're in trouble.
Hey, dummy.
I think they should promise us money, and when they realize that it just cost them a couple grand to do that, they go, maybe we don't need to send these out anymore.
Right, we'll stop with the testing just immediately. All right, join us with your dispatch right now. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send that on over. They said that betting for March Madness is going to be insane this year. They expect it to quintuple in 2023. Well, from 2023, $15 billion.
Because everyone has all their cash from the banks.
Maybe that's it. They're betting it if that's the case because they expect more than $15 billion to be bet on March Madness this year, and that's more than is bet on the Super Bowl. But I guess that's kind of an unfair comparison because the Super Bowl is just like one game, as opposed to this big, long stretch of March Madness.
There's ways of betting where if you're at the beginning of an NFL season, you can put a small bet in on here are the 2 teams that'll be in the Super Bowl, and then it's so far down the line and it's such a risk that you could actually win big on that.
Lot. Yeah.
Now, would you call that betting on the Super Bowl?
I guess so, because it comes down to that game, right? If it comes down to who arrives at that game or who's in that game to pay out that bet. I'm not sure if that would be counted under these circumstances. Yesterday, right after the show, hauled ass.
Oh, yeah.
Went to the right place this time. Went to the correct spot.
That's good.
This is very key that I do that.
Do they not offer to take your blood at the doctor's office?
They were talking about doing it, but it was like the end of the day, and she goes, let's just have you go over to this Quest Diagnostics place.
Or make an appointment at the same place.
I don't know. They told me to go here. I just go where they tell me. Where they tell me to go, I go. The lady who did my blood work and all that stuff was
big fan of the show.
No, she wasn't.
I don't think the door open. News junkie.
She barely,
give me that blood.
In this case, she barely spoke English, but she was so funny. She was like, I'm newly divorced. I'm going out to party tonight.
Okay.
She's like, am I going to drink? Hell yeah, I'm going to drink. And then she accidentally said the F word, and then she like pulled her mask down. She's like, ooh, I'm sorry I said that in front of you. And I'm like,
please don't tell on me,
I'm
Mr.
like, I don't care. Go for it, lady. Have at it. She was like party mood because I was the last person of the day.
I like how she felt like she needed to be masked up until she accidentally drops an F-bomb near you and she goes, oh, siento.
And she's going over everything. She can't get any blood out of my body for some reason. Oh, what's going on?
What do you mean?
Like, she can't find my veins. She couldn't get them when I went in there. Do you ever have a problem with that?
No, I have great veins.
No. Is that
Both
not a
arms?
good thing?
Sabrina and I are in and out.
And she tried to go in my right arm, which she was worried about if it would affect the characters that are tattooed on my arm. And I said, no, that's not a thing. And she couldn't get any blood out of my right arm. She's moving the needle around, wiggling it in and out of there.
I'm gonna be sick.
And then she goes into the right arm, and she starts getting blood. And she had to take 5 vials of blood, which seemed like a lot to me.
Yeah,
and on
did you watch? See, I can't look at it.
Oh, I
pass
was
out.
staring right at it.
Oh yeah.
And on vial 4, she goes to put the last one in there, and she dropped the empty vial on the ground. And so now she's like holding the needle in my arm, trying to lean down to get the little container to catch the blood in, and like everything's moving around.
End of the day, baby.
I go, oh, this is a mess. She finally got it all, and then she's like, here's the cup for the urine test, and I made a mistake. I don't know how to do all this stuff. But when I came back,
pee in a cup?
Yeah, well, I mean, I know how to do that physically, obviously. But when I came back, Courtney goes, how much did you pee in the cup? And I was like, I peed the whole cup. I said, I filled the cup.
Filled it to the.
It doesn't have a line on the cup, so I figured they wanted the whole thing. And she goes, no, you're supposed to only put like a little bit in there.
Now what's gonna happen is that someone goes to take the sample of it and spills your pee everywhere.
It's pretty
and curse
close.
your name.
It's
Mask off.
Like, it's not like right cresting at the top, but it was like maybe half
get
an
all
inch.
over your hands?
It's not like when you pour yourself a shot.
No,
you know, it's just,
where it's like Jurassic Park, the water's shaking right now. It was like an inch down or so, and I did not know that I was not supposed to do that.
I mean, we talked about this on several occasions.
We did talk about
you-
the strategy, but I didn't think we talked about where I was supposed to go up to on the thing.
And did you walk out with it, or you put it in the little door in the bathroom?
I couldn't find her when I came
my
out, so I just
God.
put it by her keyboard and I left.
You're nasty.
Where am I
man.
supposed to put it?
There is a door inside the bathroom.
She said, bring it to me when you're done. I think she said, bring it to me when you're done. I put it by her keyboard. There was no thing that said pee samples here. I didn't know where anything went, so I just put it where I thought it was supposed to be. And she was in divorce party mode.
There's
so
like a little hole in the wall.
You just ruined her divorce party by having pee everywhere.
I might have, but there was no hole in the wall. There was no thing in the bathroom that said anything about put urine here. It just
not
she said
usually
bring
a
it to me.
sign, but
And then she left. She ditched me. I was all by myself there.
No.
So now I wait and hear that I'm going to die. That's going to be the next piece of news
You're gonna
here.
be fine.
Oh my
Relax.
God.
Sorry about your veins, though.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind the whole blood draw thing. I'm just worried about the results of the blood draw. Just tell me I have cancer already.
Okay.
I'm
Have you
right
been
there waiting
manifesting,
for it.
dude? Because you're doing it.
Look, there's a reason why I'm doing all this, and it's not like just all craziness. There's some actual stuff too, and I'm just fingers crossed.
Because you grew up in that cancer cluster?
I did. I know there's a lot of family issues with this. There's all kinds of stuff, and so hopefully good news. We'll see.
It's going to be great news.
I'm
There's
hoping.
the energy out into the universe.
Hoping for the best. I have a new favorite band I want to share with everybody when we come back. This is a bop, man. This song.
Wow, you had me at bop.
You guys are going to like this. It is a jam. It's a brand new band. Everybody's talking about them. What's going on with this? It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
In a world of ever-changing algorithms, you can still find us here. Real Radio 104.1 on Facebook. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey everyone, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Afternoon highs today will reach the low 70s. Mostly sunny skies will prevail with a high UV index, so don't forget your sunscreen. Wake up temperatures tomorrow will be in the 40s and 50s, and forecast highs will reach the 60s, upper 60s at that for your Wednesday, and then temperatures continue to warm by the end of the week. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Reset your rest at Mattress Firm's Big Spring Sale. Shop top brands today and save up to $700. Plus, get a free adjustable base with select purchases. Time to score big savings on your dream bed.
Here's what Fence Outlet customers have to say about their experience.
Our Fence Outlet salesperson was a wealth of information. Things that weren't addressed by other companies were addressed by Fence Outlet. We're so pleased with our new Fence Outlet fence.
Go to fenceoutlet.com today. License number C10252 and C10803.
The Hook and Ladder Sub has been a Firehouse Subs original since day one, with Virginia honey ham, smoked turkey breast, and melted Monterey Jack. And a portion of every purchase helps provide life-saving equipment to first responders. We make our subs differently because our subs make a difference. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs. Save more lives. Participating U.S. locations. Firehouse of America, LLC, and Firehouse Subs suppliers together will donate 0.09% of purchases in 2023 at Firehouse Subs locations to the Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation for the purchase of life-saving equipment with a minimum donation of $1 million.
What makes the going good? Is it burgers or pizza? One slice or two? At Racetrack, it's all of the above. Stop in for BOGO $1 pizza slices and the new bacon cheeseburger pizza. Racetrack, whatever gets you going. Limited time item at participating locations.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools.
It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREON info.com.
Hey folks, it's time to de-junk and do some deep cleaning. Let Zero Res help. Zero Res can clean your carpet, furniture, tile and grout, sofa, area rugs, everything. Right now, get your tile and grout clean and sealed for 20% off. Make an appointment at OrlandoZeroRes.com. Zero Res, spelled forwards and backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Call Extreme Air and Electric. When you're in need, call the Extreme Team.
Visit Extreme Air online today at extremeairandelectrical.com for special financing available on new home comfort systems. That's your hometown train experts online at extremeairandelectric.com today. License EAC 1817433.
Call Extreme for your air and electric. When you're in need, call the Extreme Team.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, Navage is the best thing I bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing. Or this one. I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats, and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better. Unquote. Those are 2 of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Hey, it's Jesse Kelly. When the U.S. starts telling another country to end the war now, it's time to take a hard look at your own protection plan. If you've been on the fence about buying gold and silver, it's time to act. Securing your IRA or 401k with real gold and silver is a portfolio protection plan, and Oxford Gold has made it as easy as 1, 2, 3. Call Oxford Gold right now and ask about bonus opportunities you may be eligible for. Call 833-404-GOLD. That's 833-404-GOLD.
The Dell Technologies semi-annual sale starts now with savings on select business PCs powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Plus save on select monitors and accessories and get free shipping on everything. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
This hour of programming is sponsored by Nissan. We make cars that thrill. Shop NissanUSA.com.
Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This is the News Junkie.
This is a banger. You know, I try to stay up on the latest music. Try to stay up on everything, actually. And I strategically do
Wouldn't
that.
be a proper news junkie if you didn't.
That's true. I try to stay up on everything that's happening with box office stuff, and I subscribe to a bunch of like insider things to keep an eye on future projects and whatnot. I do that with music. I do that with all kinds of stuff. And I mean, I'm mostly up with what's going on. I don't know what's happening with this Ice Spice person, but I see her everywhere. I'm not necessarily up to date with who she is or what she's doing, but I'm up with a lot of other stuff.
If she procreates, does she have an Ice Spice baby?
I think she does. I think she does. I see her face everywhere.
Don't be so reluctant in your laughter, Sabrina.
I'm going to get to these dispatches in a moment, but this band is popping off right now. They are number 1 on iTunes, from what I
I
have
am
heard.
getting a bit of a sarcastic vibe.
I mean, these guys. This is just J6. You guys aren't down with J6?
I was doing G6.
Yeah, like a
G6. Yeah.
No, it's not like a private plane thing. This is J6, and they're number 1 on iTunes. It's actually the J6 Prison Choir.
Oh,
that's
fun.
the full
I'm
name
down.
of the band. And
I saw a post about this morning.
Did you?
And I had no idea what this person was talking about because
it's the January 6th, as in the January 6th Capitol
I did.
thing.
I heard. Are you talking about Trump's song?
Yes, there's a
so
band.
bad.
It's the
so bad.
J6 Prison Choir. And
now I got to go back and find the post.
Were they saying it was good or bad?
No,
Neither. It's why.
Something says that they said they're calling J6 a tour now.
Wait, they're going to go on a tour?
They're in prison.
They were just touring.
Some of them are. It said the song is a tribute to the prisoners of the January 6th riot at the U.S. Capitol. It includes roughly 20 prisoners singing the national anthem and a recitation of the Pledge of Allegiance by former President Trump. The end of the song includes the prisoners chanting USA, USA. And super vague here, it says, where is it, the line at? Proceeds from the song go to, quote, certain J6 families in need.
Oh, certain.
Unquote.
Not all of them.
We don't know which ones. We don't know who's getting it. But I didn't know that they had a January 6th prison choir. So let's see. I mean, there's number 1 on iTunes, they say. I haven't actually checked. That might be far-fetched. So far, very emotional. Is this from like prison phones?
Yes, it was recorded on a Nokia 5165.
It sounds like it.
And then wait, I thought there was a part where he was reciting the Pledge of Allegiance.
I think he does. I think they get to that. It's the J6 Prison Choir.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
Oh, this is
of
so
the United
patriotic.
States of America.
America.
Are people buying this?
Damn, son, that's straight trapping.
I thought for a second. I thought for a split
Wouldn't that be-
second. I was looking down. I was looking this up.
I wish that would have been in there for real.
We the worst.
You can't really hear that much. I could have put this together in like 5 minutes.
Pause for more Trump.
And to the republic,
they're just
in which
stretching it out.
stands,
Go back to that.
One nation.
Under God. So give them all your money. It goes to certain persons. Who doesn't want to donate to certain persons?
Also, good on them for the full profit because there's. Go back.
Did they just scream that part together?
Yeah, fully overmodulated.
Let's see. Hold on. Cool.
one nation, under God,
indivisible. Oh, damn it.
Okay.
All right. I think you get the point. But that's
Those
the
are
big hit.
Both public domain. You don't have to
I guess
pay
so.
anybody anything.
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
Oh, good for them.
I don't know how many views you have to have to be number one on iTunes, but as far as Spotify, which this J6 Prison Choir is present in,
I like how they're on Spotify. It makes total sense.
That song called "Justice for All" has 232,643 views or listens,
plays,
and
whatever
it
they're
says
called.
129,000 monthly listeners.
Okay.
So I
So people
don't
are on
know.
repeat.
I don't know that it would be number one.
Well, look on iTunes. Can you see the iTunes charts online? That's what they said it was number one. Now, who knows? Maybe it was like number one for 5 seconds, and they screenshot it, and they're like, look!
And it might not be number one in all of iTunes. It could be number one in a particular category of prisoners singing from a phone.
Yeah, right.
With the Pledge of Allegiance, both available in public domain.
Like if they put it under like patriotic or something, it can't be just number one, but it says it is. That's what it says. Maybe it is actually number one. It says they surpassed career musicians like Miley Cyrus, Tim McGraw, Morgan Wallen, and others on the iTunes charts as of this weekend, hitting the number one position.
Newsweek says sat on the top spot of iTunes chart for U.S. since Friday.
Oh, man. You people are buying this?
And then Trump posted on Truth, and he wrote, and I quote, wow. End
That's
quote.
it?
Yep.
That's all he put? Okay.
Wow.
So there we go. Get that if you're in need of some stuff to listen to while you're driving around, just something you want to turn up real loud.
Only ranking in the U.S. Elsewhere in the world, nowhere to be found.
Yeah, I can.
Well,
nowhere to be found?
Found and seen.
I think for sure that this is going to be one of those things that they're using to get those stories. So they're like, everybody buy it real quick. And then it pops up and then
I can't wait
disappears.
for DeSantis.
His
song.
I would not buy that. I would not purchase that. But if you want to, have at it. It's ready for you on all the platforms.
I'm looking at the top 100 USA most played songs in the United States updated every day.
Mm-hmm.
There is a lot of Morgan Wallen.
Oh, yeah.
He's back at it.
He just released an album. So
Everyone forgot about the
All right.
incident.
So that's why there's so many from this, because he is just all over. I mean, he's like at least 20 of these slots on the,
I
on
can't
the top
name
100.
one song.
I don't know any Morgan Wallen songs either. Yeah, I'm not up very well on country music, especially not him.
Yeehaw.
But he's out there. Yeah, every time somebody drops a new album now, if it's a big name, they just end up being like the entire top 20 or however many songs they end up having on their album. We're going to go to your dispatches momentarily. We'll see what you got going on in your world. Also, I wanted to talk about this bank in New York City, or I'm sorry, a toy company in New York City. I got it right the third time. A toy company in New York City. All I can picture is the one from Home Alone.
FAO Shorts?
No, but is that what it was?
Yeah.
But what would they call it? Somebody's Duncan's toy chest.
Boom.
I think that's it. Duncan's
Points
toy
for
chest.
Sean.
They said a New York City toy company was in survival mode after the sudden shutdown of Silicon Valley Bank, asking customers to help keep them afloat. Camp toy stores slashed their prices and sent an email to customers begging for their help to keep their 9 locations afloat after 85% of their assets were tied to the Silicon Valley Bank. They said, please help us by shopping camp.com today and through the weekend. To catalyze sales, we're offering 40% off all online merchandise. You can use the code BANKRUN at checkout. That's a little odd. Or you could pay full price without the code, which
This sounds like a phishing scam.
also appreciated. And they said they got more sales in 48 hours than they got in a month, which is pretty crazy considering it was announced right after they're going to get all their money back to begin with. So kind of just a really clever, timely promotional stunt that they ended up doing that helped them out more than it hurt them in that case. All right, your words are important, some of them at least, and we're going to hear from you with those dispatches next. Plus, 2 out of the 3 people in this room, I'm pretty sure, have Apple Watches on right now.
Sup?
And another person who has that same Apple Watch just got a shocking notification that changed everything for him. What did it say? Wait till you hear this. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Celebrating 3 decades of hopping on trends with some questionable publicity shots to prove it. Those were some sweet frosted tips. Dude. Real Radio 104.1. Thanks for riding with us for 30 years.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
If Florida's Turnpike is a part of your travels this morning, you can expect light congestion between Hancock Road and Colonial Drive heading southbound. There's stop-and-go traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. Heading westbound on I-4, expect delays between the beach line and before State Road 535. Construction continues on Orange Blossom Trail, both northbound and southbound between Holden Avenue and I-4. See traffic troubles. Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center in James, Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. When it comes to your tax refund, think biggest. As in, Jackson Hewitt guarantees your biggest refund or your money back, plus $100. Get to Jackson Hewitt for your biggest refund, guaranteed.
A little colder outside in Central Florida today, but it's not great on your AC either because back and forth with the temperatures, it's a lot of strain on that air conditioner of yours. Are you confident right now that your air conditioner is in good shape and that it's going to get through the spring and summer heat especially? If you're not, you need Mills Air. And this is a fantastic company. It's a locally owned and operated company. It's a family owned and operated company. It's a great company started by a guy named Leon Mills who just wanted to help people out. He wanted to make sure that there was an option for people who wanted honesty and good, solid business. And he works hard every single day with the best techs in the business to do just that. And that's what made Mills Air so successful. They've been in business for over 30 years doing this stuff, and their techs can service any brand out there. They are a Carrier factory authorized dealer. And that might not mean a lot to you, but it could be very valuable because it could get you access to up to $1,275 in rebates if you get a brand new Carrier unit. And those new Carrier units are super efficient. They can lower your power bill by a lot. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Their phone number is 407-277-1159. You won't believe how good the customer service is. If that's important to you, call them 407-277-1159 or find them online at millsair.com.
Some roads take us to where we want to go. Other roads lead to Moe. In a world full of dangerous roads, there's only one thing you need to know. Injured on the go? Just call Moe. Moe DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Hello, Floridians. Today is a good day to do great things. Yes! Like finally getting your closet organized. Or fixing your water heater so you can enjoy warm, steamy showers. Oh, yeah! Do something great today by calling Plumbing Today to take care of all your plumbing needs. Right now, get our 93 free drain clearing and get the best from today.
Call today, Plumbing Today, plumbingtoday.biz.
Visit plumbingtoday.biz to book an appointment.
The right to trial by jury is ingrained in our society. The right is under attack by big insurance companies. They want to strip these rights and shut the courthouse doors to all injured Floridians. I'm Mark Anajar, and I'm asking you to tell your lawmakers to oppose House Bill 837 and Senate Bill 236.
Could you use monthly payments to help meet basic needs, like putting food on the table, paying the rent, or buying new shoes for growing feet? Find out about supplemental security income. You may qualify if your income and financial resources are low and you're 65 or older, or an adult or child with a disability or who is blind. Call 1-800-772-1213 or go to ssa.gov/SSI. Produced by Social Security at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Hey everybody, Jim here from my friends at Solar Bear. Did you know that last year in Orlando, 3 different utility rate increases and they're meeting regarding another? But you can stop going along with these rate increases because now's the time to go solar with Solar Bear. The #1 solar installer in the state of Florida, they can help eliminate your power bill in 2023. Solar Bear, also the highest rated and reviewed solar company in the state. They're locally owned and operated. That means no subcontractors. Visit solarbear.com today for your free estimate. And right now, get 0 down, 0% interest and no payments for 12 months with credit approval. Say goodbye to your electric bill, but say hi to Solar Bear. solarbear.com.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall. If you're allergic to pork or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREON info.com.
Tax time means a cash bonus for many people. Hey, this is RC Hill from RC Hill Mitsubishi. I need to reduce my tax burden, so I'm going to overpay for your old car. Get up to $4,297 more than it's actually worth. Trade in and get a new car today, like a Mitsubishi Mirage 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. Most people can trade and lower their payment. Or let me double your tax refund up to $2,500. My goal this month is 100% credit approval. I'm RC Hill at RC Hill Mitsubishi, Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. 2 locations, DeLand and Ocala. Or visit me at rchhill.com.
Order your Hummer EV at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now number 1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture. This is the News Junkie.
You know, I think I found the one thing that actually can tip me into road rage territory. I am not like that. I'm telling you, as angry as you might think I am, listening to me rant about things on this show over the years. When I drive, I'm just chill. I'm not even going the speed limit sometimes. Sometimes I'm right at it or like 5 over at the most. I'm just chilling. I don't get heated about anything. If somebody honks, I just kind of casually look around. Oh, is everything okay?
Hey, how's it going?
My blood pressure doesn't spike or anything when I'm driving. I'm cool. I'm good to go. But I have found the one thing that I think makes me go absolutely nuts. And I just saw somebody on the Discord, the News Junkie Discord. You can join over at thenewsjunkie.com. You'll find the link there. And they were talking about wherever they go, there's always somebody taking up 2 parking spots, right? You know, that asshole that parks like right in the middle, and you can't get a spot because they just surfed right between 2 of them.
Are you madder when somebody purposely takes 2 spots, or when they just, you could tell they're terrible at parking? And because I had that happen to me this morning.
Oh, did you
here.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's frustrating. That's not even the thing I'm talking about, though. That's not the thing that sets me off, that tips me a little bit, at least, into road rage territory.
And then I think I sent you a picture once when somebody's bad parking job made it to where I almost couldn't get in the car.
Yes, you did. You and your wife were out, and you couldn't physically open a door to the car. That is infuriating, too.
She had to climb in the passenger seat, climb over the center console, and start the car and pull out.
And someone goes to do that, and you're okay with it, because they probably had a hard time getting out of their own car.
No, because they're the driver.
Yeah, they may have been by themselves, and they just pull in there, and
they were 100% by themselves.
Good enough for me. Okay, not even that. Even though that is very, very admittedly annoying. We pulled in not too long ago, Courtney and I, to a parking lot. We were trying to grab some lunch. And there's a busy restaurant, and almost all the spots are filled. And we're like, I don't know if we're going to be able to get a spot here. Might have to go somewhere else. And we pull around back, and there's a big truck. And that big truck is pulling a big-ass boat behind it. And the big truck parked across like 8 parking spots. Just horizontally parked across like 8 parking spots. And I was immediately, anger mode starts to trickle in just a little bit. And I said, you can't do that, right? I don't care if you have a boat on the back of your car.
Where was the place?
This was Van Barry's. It was at Van Barry's. And somebody had pulled in behind the restaurant where there's spots back there. And they took up like almost an entire section of parking spots because they had a boat on the back of their truck. And they had to get everything in there. And I'm like,
go eat, to go grab a bite, and then take the boat out.
Yeah, and meanwhile, they're locking up 8 parking spots at somebody's business to do this, just so they
themselves
themselves
they could get 8 parking spots there, to be honest.
Yeah, there isn't usually.
It's difficult to do.
They may have gone there before there was like a rush of people, but Courtney's like, what the hell? And I go, isn't that illegal? Isn't it illegal to park your car across parking spots?
I don't know if it's illegal. I feel like it's more frowned upon.
Because it's a private parking lot, maybe it's not enforced. I don't know. When I saw it, I was like, I feel like this guy's breaking the law.
I think you can get parking tickets for being illegally parked on a street, for not paying the parking meter, or something like that. I don't. You can get a ticket for parking in a handicap spot.
There was no handicap spots.
I don't think you can get a parking ticket for just being a crappy parker.
So if somebody goes in there and they take up a business's parking spots, they take up like 8 of them.
I think it's the right of the business to
to get them the hell out of there.
Whoever owns the boat here, can you not?
It's like you have now, let's say 2 people are in each of those cars. That's 16 bodies that could be in the restaurant, but instead there's 1 or 2 because you were like, hey, I know it's inconvenient, but I got a boat on the back of my big-ass
so
truck.
Then are you going boating or are you going for lunch?
That's it, right? You should bring the boat back home. Then come out.
No one cares that you have a boat, sir.
I know. It's, you know what? I think it's a little bit of that too, Sabrina. I think it's like this showy move.
Yes.
Where it's like, look in the parking lot. You see my big truck and this giant boat attached
you're
to
the
the back.
reason why I had to walk 7 blocks to get here.
Oh, I'm freaking out. Sean on YouTube says, it's not illegal, but it is uncouth. Yeah. Angel says, it's a sense of entitlement. Rachel says the person should have Ubered anything but taking up all of that space because it's a big FU to everybody else who wants to get one of those spots. That one just sets me off a little bit. Almost brings me into rage.
I mean, unless this was not an option because there are already some cars there, there's a perfect spot there to like off to the side.
I know what you're talking about.
Like right that road that ends, the dead ends before the train tracks.
Big trucks like pull up onto the hill there. Yeah. And then sometimes they do that, but this person didn't. It's just right here in the parking lot. We're going to take all of these spaces up right now. Big Doug Millionaire on Twitch says, it's kind of like somebody driving slow in the left lane. Very annoying, Sean. I'm going to the left lane, whatever I want. Unless somebody honks at me, then I'll get out of the way. To this story about this man's Apple Watch. And you can get all sorts of notifications, I'm imagining, on your Apple Watch. Have you ever gotten any alarming ones? Because you, Sabrina, and you, Celine, you guys both have one of these Apple Watches. Have you ever gotten something that said, like, hey, your heart rate just went up real high?
I don't have that version of it.
Oh, that's not on your phone?
Yeah, I have and I can see my heart rate, and I can check on it. And I thought I had the feature in which it would let me know if something bad was happening.
Does it tell you your blood pressure too, or just your heart rate?
I think it's the series after mine.
Okay.
There's no Apple Watch that checks your blood pressure.
Because
it does not?
on your wrist?
What's the new feature, though?
Your oxygen level, your blood oxygen.
Oh.
Okay. And they utilize the technology in the watch to feed back this information to you. And then you can make it so if there's something alarming, like it'll go, hey, and it'll give you like a notification.
Correct.
That something went wrong. And I think in the new ones, I may be off on this, but just judging by this story, it seems to be the case. I think in the new ones, like on the iPhones, if you're in a car and it comes to an abrupt stop and it believes that you've been in an accident, it can send off a notification for that as well, too.
Yes.
Because that, you're moving along at X rate of speed and stopping immediately to 0 is an alarm bell going off. So this father, he got a notification on his Apple Watch. I want you to imagine being in this situation. And it said that there had been an accident and that his family had been involved in a fatal car crash in Sydney, Australia. They had a 4-month-old baby in the car who was fighting for her life. She's still alive as of now. But this car accident ended up killing the mother and a brother. And the family car crashed into a damn cement truck, for God's sake.
Wait, so I guess his family all was on like the same Apple family kind of deal, and it alerted him that there was a car crash, and it called it fatal?
Yeah, I don't know if it called it fatal, but they said her husband was at work when his Apple Watch said the vehicle has been in an extreme crash.
Okay.
And so that's what he used.
Because I'm like, I imagine that the technology would exist that, like, if the vehicle was in an extreme crash and the Apple Watch on his wife's wrist is no longer registering a heartbeat, it might be able to say,
oh, my God.
It might be able to tell you about I don't know that they would ever program the system to do that. Why should it be up to a watch notification to tell you your wife's dead?
Yeah, you're right, though. If everybody in the family had an Apple Watch, it could be like push notification. Oh, sorry to tell you your wife's dead, because it would be getting the feedback from.
We would 100% know that was already a thing.
Yeah,
we would. Because, I mean, the only thing that I've seen so far is the exercise. Like other people have completed their goals.
They wouldn't do that, right? I think they would get bad press if they did that. If they're like alerted to like. If your heart rate goes down too low, yeah, maybe. I don't know. That would be insane if things were set up that way. Badfish on Discord says, it's all about the accelerometer in the watch. Yep, that's what they use to determine if something just came to an abrupt stop. And that's the information he ended up getting on his watch while he's just sitting there at work. And it's crazy.
I didn't know that it also notified your family. I thought that the crash detection was more to notify emergency services.
Well, the thing that we saw demonstrated in a video was the guy like set up a car and they taped the iPhone to the back of the passenger seat. And when the car crashed, it did that thing sort of like when you hit the wrong button on your phone and it says, do you want to make an emergency call?
Yeah.
But it was like a timer and you had X amount of seconds to say, don't call the authorities, because it was going to automatically place a call that a crash had happened in that vehicle. That's just a weird direction that all of this electronics and health monitoring equipment in electronics is heading. It's really interesting and really valuable, but a little bit scary when you think about getting notifications like that right out of the blue. Speaking of rage, earlier I was talking about this, and they did a nationwide survey on rage. And they said in the National Customer Rage Survey, which is kind of an interesting thing to exist, but they said more Americans are not only having problems with various products and services, but Americans, more so than ever in history, have more rage toward the companies that provide these goods or services. What this seems to boil down to is everybody is just like the three of us, where you are fed up with the customer service situation for so many businesses out there. Every once in a while, you get one that's good. You know, like sometimes I'll be working with a company and they'll be so nice and it'll be like really quick and they fix everything. You go, damn, that was good. But it shouldn't even stand out like that, because sometimes it's so bad. You want to have some fun? Try calling the child care services lines or anything to do with paying child support. Oh my God, it's a nightmare. They'll say, if you want to hang up, we can call you back. The next available agent will be available in approximately 4 hours.
Yeah.
Or something.
There are about 1,240 people in front of you.
Right, ahead of you in line right now. It's like calling the IRS or something.
I forget
it's not easy.
what company I called, but it was something I'd never heard before. After being on hold, they were like, if you'd like to turn off the hold music, press this number. And I go, oh, it's going to be that long.
I've never heard of that option before. Oh, and then you have it sometimes. This will bring out rage in anybody. If you're on hold, I've had this happen. After about 45 minutes, company picks up the line and some woman goes, hello, how can I help you today? What's your name? And I say my name and I hear typing it in, and then the line cuts. And you go, son of a bitch. And you got to go all the way through the process from the beginning.
Yeah, and they don't call you back.
No.
Oh, my gosh, we got disconnected.
On to the next one. Out of the 1,000 people that they asked the questions to, 74% claimed to have had an issue with a product or service, which is up from 66% in 2020. Of those, 63% said they felt some sort of customer rage during attempts to resolve the issue, which is the same rage percentage from 2020. And we're also yelling at and or raising our voices during 43% of our interactions with customer service. As bad as some of these people can be, that's a tough job. You don't want to be sitting there dealing with all these angry people all day.
I'll tell you one company that I feel like used to have really good customer service when they first came to town, and the more they've grown, I don't know if it's the more it's been outsourced or what. And you could, I mean, when I have an issue, I'm still able to get it resolved, but it's a lot more computerized now, and that's Uber.
Oh, yeah?
When Uber first came to town and there was some sort of issue, you could reply to the email, somebody would get back to you, they would, you could work this out. And then I was trying to contact Uber Eats last week. There was some very localized drama because there was an imposter on Uber Eats.
Oh, it was just the Beefy King thing?
Yes.
I saw that.
Yeah, so there was a restaurant on Uber Eats that called themselves Beefy King, and they claimed to be at the same address as the original real
so messed up,
Beefy
man.
King.
It's like stolen valor.
And they sold pizzas.
Okay.
And they sold everything
And they
but roast
like,
beef.
without the hour, like when Beefy King is closed, because it's only open a particular time.
It's hard
a
to get the
staple.
food from
like,
there.
people were in line down the road just to get their particular items. And then this fake company was open at like
8 to 4. 8 p.m. to 4 a.m.
So the opposite hours, kind of.
Yes.
And no flag at all.
That's
They just
crazy.
Now, no one actually received food, though, right?
I have no clue if anybody tried or what the deal was. They also had some sort of setup where you couldn't actually. They were like, "Oh, our employees will do the deliveries ourselves, so your tracking will be limited." And I'm like, "How the hell are they expecting to get away with this?" And there's no way to report a restaurant. You can do like a service ticket on a particular order you had. And so I'm like, do I have to order from this restaurant and pay money to try and
to get
complain
them?
about them? And so I complained about something, and the cookie cutter like form letter response. That's what really brings the rage out. It's like, hi, Chris. Sorry to know about the trouble caused here. The situation you have described is certainly not the experience we expect you to have. Offering smooth and easy orders is our goal, and we take this mishap as feedback in order to provide a better experience for our local customers, blah, 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 blah. And then it's like, is this solved? Like, no, it's not solved. No. You didn't even acknowledge the thing that I said.
They did eventually shut it down.
Yeah, it's not there anymore.
For those of you in Rochester, Dallas, or elsewhere, West Palm, hanging out, listening to the show with us today, first of all, thank you. We appreciate you. We love you. But if you've never been to Orlando, Beefy King is like one of the famous places here.
I haven't gone.
I've never been. But I've heard very, very good things. And they survived through a lot of bad stuff that's happened to them over the years.
Didn't they, like, not too long ago, it was on fire?
Yeah, it burned. It burned for a while. And then I guess they got it back up and running. And now they got people
Beefy King.
pretending to be them. And
stupid.
My God. I would be so frustrated.
Talking about my joke?
No.
Oh.
Let's go over to you. Your dispatches are coming in. Let's hear from you.
Now I just got it. Good.
Here is Dispatch Dan talking about Apple Watches and 911.
So as far as the automatic crash notifications go from an Apple Watch, we get those almost daily, and a lot of times it's just an error. But what we get is the coordinates of that watch, and it repeats. The automated message repeats like every 6 seconds, and it says something to the effect of, this Apple device has been involved in a crash, and here's the location. And then it keeps an open line for us as well.
Kind of cool technology.
But a lot of times it's false. We have units going to the area and they don't find anything. And then as far as like the heart rate and stuff like that goes, it doesn't share heart rate information, but it shares like health information and whatnot if you want to.
Yeah.
And then with that crash notification, you can select who that goes to as well, like in case of an emergency contact type thing.
I see.
I think what he's talking about when it says it shares medical information is like you can set on your phone, like in your health app, basically the equivalent of the information that would be on your hospital bracelet. You mean this is your name, here's your emergency contact. Here's what you're allergic to.
Right.
Here's any ailments you might have that would, that somebody should need to know about before they start treating you for something.
Super useful.
Yeah. And so you kind of plan all that out, and then it's saved on your phone, and then you can set it to be like, all right, share this in the event of an emergency with people who might need to see it.
Yeah. I mean, I would do it. Courtney has an Apple Watch as well. But the thing that holds me back is I remember I had a watch when I was like 12 or 13 or something.
Wow, 40 years ago.
It was long. No, it wasn't 40 years ago. Damn it, not too far. But a while ago, I had a watch, and it was.
I'm not 4012, Sabrina.
It was like remember when Fossil watches were popular?
Yeah!
I think it was a Fossil watch.
I'm Baby G area.
And I would. Oh, it was around that time. It was around the time when those were real popular too. I would always get this thing where when I took off the watch at the end of the day, underneath my
stinky.
Oh my God, it smells so bad.
So stinky.
Like I wouldn't smell anywhere on my body, but the underneath my watch when I took it off smelled like a fish factory or something. It was so
That's why the
bad.
bands are important. Do you have the original band, right?
I have the rubber one,
That's
yeah.
a stinky one.
Oh,
I like the smell.
Oh
You're
my
into
God, do you smell it?
Yeah, I'm gonna take
He's
the
a
watch.
smell guy, though,
Yes.
remember. There's two.
You like that smell?
Yeah.
It got to me. I was like, I don't think I could
Let
be
Sean
a watch
smell it.
person. No.
Come on, I dare you. Come on, the
Okay.
people want to see.
All right.
Oh,
God.
wow.
Crash detection. It's right behind your laptop.
What if it did that?
All right, ready?
All right, let's see. Oh, boy.
Give it just a whiff.
How long you been wearing this for?
Today.
He wears it in the night.
yeah.
Come on.
Oh, my God. It totally... I was
smells
going to ramp
stinky.
it up. It totally smells like it. This is exactly what I was talking
I'm not
about.
smelling it. I have no interest.
It is the exact smell. It's such a specific smell. I don't know if you could ever... You know what I'm talking about? That's it. It's such a specific smell.
C-Lane? I'm not giving this back to you. As soon as we go to break, I'm wiping it down. This is disgusting.
You're disgusting.
God almighty.
I take it back.
Holy cow.
Come on, man.
It's so strong and it permeates. Like that needs to be a defensive weapon for women.
That is gauges that don't get cleaned often.
Oh, yours doesn't smell like that.
Almost said the F word. F, no, it doesn't.
Oh, man,
No.
it sticks with you, too. It's in my nostrils.
No, I have a chain link kind of band or
Because you
whatever.
can put whatever, like
And
they
it
sell all
smells
kinds of different
fantastic.
ones. Oh,
Because I'm
man.
Come on.
Oh,
Oh, he loves it. He continues to smell it.
No, I just sprayed it down with the spray. Now it's lemony fresh.
there was something that scent was doing for you.
I
though.
still smell it.
We're going to take a quick break and try to recuperate.
I'm ready to party.
And
Good
we'll
God.
be back in just a
You guys
moment.
want to smell my flip-flops?
No, I'm all good. I'm all good. When we come back, we'll get your dispatches out there. Plus, something that's showing up in school cafeterias across the country that you would not expect to be there. What is it? That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Something on your mind? Text us at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Charles Richard Bell Boulevard, heading northbound and southbound, is closed due to police activity at High Banks Road. There's stop-and-go traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Town Center Boulevard at Landstar Boulevard. Traffic is collision-free and moving without delays on the Greenway. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Tri-County Metals.
Value, beauty, protection. 3 things that a metal roof from Tri-County Metals will add to your home. With over 50 color options, you will be sure to find the right look for your home. Learn more at TriCountyMetals.com. That's TriCountyMetals.com.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Tara, quote, "My doctor wanted me to do saline rinses for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a neti pot. Navage uses suction power, so it's foolproof. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies. I'll bust it out, and the results are immediate. It's such a relief. It's become a lifesaver." Unquote. She's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Every cook has their special touch, and at Pollo Tropical, our latest catch puts all others to shame. The new Corvina fish fillet, wild caught, freshly prepared with olive oil and our blackened seasoning, then kept under wraps on our grill till it's bursting with flavor. Enjoy it on a tropi chopper platter with our famous homemade rice and beans. Sure, there are plenty of fish in the sea, but there's only one this delicious. Corvina fish fillet, only at Pollo Tropical.
As road pros, we know how to get from point A to point B.
Yeah, from making alternate routes to finding the best cup of coffee on the road.
And how to help get better mileage. Yep.
Yeah, all diesel fuels are not the same.
Yep. Synergy diesel-efficient fuel from Exxon and Mobil stations helps you get further down the road. Helps keep your engine cleaner, you know?
Keep this baby running. That's the goal. Get the job done and get home.
Yep. Pros.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Learn more and find a station at Exxon.com. Compared to diesel without detergent additives. Results may vary.
Finding great people to hire is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. It's pretty difficult, right?
Well, ZipRecruiter has mastered finding a needle in a haystack, so they take it to the next level. They make hiring so simple that it's like finding a needle in a needle stack. And that's why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Here's what it's like to use ZipRecruiter. They have so many qualified candidates that it's easier to find the right ones for your roles. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's a lot of needles. So how do they do it? ZipRecruiter's powerful technology sends you candidates who are a great match for your job, and you can even invite your top choices to apply. So if you want less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Here's what Fence Outlet customers have to say about their experience.
The Fence Outlet team is knowledgeable and professional. They have fair prices and they take care of the permits. I'm very happy with my Fence Outlet fence.
Check them out for yourself at fenceoutlet.com. License number C10252 and C10803.
Were you hurt in a vehicle and want compensation?
When you're injured on the go, just call Lowe.
Did an accident leave you in need of representation?
When you're injured on the go, just call Lowe. When you're injured on the go, just call Lowe.
Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney, sung by a non-attorney spokesperson.
Every March, Jersey Mike's turns money from subs into charitable donations.
And March 29th is Jersey Mike's annual day of giving, where 100% of sales are donated to local charities.
And to kick off all that giving, Peter gave me an apron. I'm honored.
Looking good, Danny. We've got subs to make, though.
Yeah. Now I know why you gave me the apron.
Join us Wednesday, March 29th for Jersey Mike's Day of Giving. Be a sub above.
It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity during tax season because so much sensitive info is all together.
Before we start the annual meeting of Sean's personal info, has anyone seen Social Security number? Not me.
Nuh-uh.
Oh no, he's been stolen.
LifeLock by Norton makes it easy to help protect yourself. If you become a victim, we'll work to fix it. No one can monitor all transactions, but you can save up to 25% off your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
Pray.com's Meditative Prayers podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your night. Each meditative prayer helps you focus on God, fight anxiety, sleep better, and more.
As you close your eyes, ask God to come and have fellowship with you. Open yourself to the Holy Spirit and ask Him to minister to you.
Listen to Meditative Prayers on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
When good things go bad, bad things make headlines. This is the News Junkie.
It's so crazy to me, man. So we heard, I think a month ago, that Gary Glitter had been released from prison.
Which
right?
is insane.
And Gary Glitter, if you don't know, he's the, what's the song he does?
Rock and Roll Part 2.
Yeah. Well, how is the damn beat
Oh,
going?
it's
Hey!
Child porn.
They used to play it at all.
That's what
if you
he
don't
got
know about
arrested
this,
for.
yeah, that'll
Okay.
make more sense in a second. But they used to play that at all the football games and stuff, and it was a big song. And then people started
Resurgence
going,
in Joker, the one with
yes,
Joaquin.
Yeah, it's been on lots of soundtracks like that too. But they had an argument. Like people just had an argument at one point whether we should be playing this song because perhaps Gary Glitter would be getting proceeds, and Gary Glitter was like involved in. Look up his Wikipedia so I don't screw this up, C-Lane. Because
It was twice.
Was it in Vietnam or something? It was like somewhere else that he went. I thought, and
It comes up for my throwback for the next episode,
Mhm.
and his whole thing was like he had gotten tried. It was over in the UK, and then it wasn't like that long, but then
16 years.
Well, the first time was only a couple months,
Mhm.
and then got in trouble again.
Yes, yeah, and there was like 3 schoolgirls that said he did something to them, or like that he sexually attacked or something, And this guy's a total creeper. And then he got a 16-year jail sentence. Did you find what it is? And I'm sure it's like a thing, a section of the Wikipedia.
16 years in prison in 2015, found guilty of sexually abusing 3 young girls, all were under the age of 13.
Oh, my God. Yeah, so, like, this is worst of the worst kind of guy. This is a bad dude. So they let him out, right? And
I don't understand how he was let out. Like, how he managed to get out after that.
He hit the streets, and he was released. That was in February when that happened. He is now back in prison in the United Kingdom.
1 whole month.
He has been recalled to prison after breaching the conditions of his release set after he was freed from incarceration last month. Former glam rock star Gary Glitter, 78 years old, is now back in prison. They said over the weekend, a newspaper published footage of Gary Glitter apparently using a smartphone and discussing accessing the dark web.
Wait, there was a photo, so he's doing this in public?
Yeah, they had a video. They had video footage of him on a phone, and he's not supposed to be on any kind of connected device like that.
Jesus, man.
And he's like, hey, I'm working on trying to get on the dark web, parts of the internet that require specialized software to enter and which have been used by pedophile networks.
Wow.
And all kinds of bad stuff on the dark web and illegal stuff on the dark web. And we've talked about that in depth, and I've been on that, and we've been down that road before. No, not that aspect, but just like in that case, it was all the stories back then about the Silk Road, and you could buy a hitman, and you could buy drugs on the deep web or the dark web. And now he's back in jail because the guy couldn't control himself.
Insane, man.
For a month, he's out. And he's like, I need to get more of that stuff.
The previous charge before the 16-year sentence was 1999.
Mm-hmm.
And the singer, he was sentenced to 4 months in prison for possessing over 4,000 images of child porn.
Oh, my God.
And that's over in the UK.
Wow.
How do you only get 4 months for that?
The guy, like, clearly, he's going to do it again and again and again and again. And maybe they'll just keep him in the prison now. They realize
good move.
He's going to continue to do this stuff. So he's back behind bars. Did you see the story? I didn't even do it because I thought it was so gross. It was a story.
Do it now.
I think it was out of Florida about a guy who got busted with that kind of content. And the guy, they said it was like in the tons, the amount of child porn that he had.
Was it recently or it was like a...
Recently. And I was like, why would they say tons? And they go, oh, he printed out all of the photos. And they literally had tons of weight of paper of printed out images of this stuff. And I go, what the hell? Oh, my God.
So what is this from?
The one I'm talking about must have been from...
elderly man?
Yeah, he was older. I think it was from the last couple of months, the one that I'm talking about.
72-year-old. Let me get this ad blocker running.
And they said like he had printed all this stuff up.
So 25 counts of possessing child porn after finding more than 200,000 images of child sex abuse material in his bedroom. They were able to track of it because of his IP. They found an estimated 220,000 printed images, approximately 2,600 pounds.
Yeah. Oh my God. Jesus. That's
oh my God.
Yeah.
I'll send you the image.
When you look at him, I'll bring it up here because when you look at him, you go, "Yep."
You're sending him the porn?
No.
Oh my God.
The mug shot of the guy.
Jesus,
what are you doing to us,
C-Lane?
C-Lane? First the watch and now this. Yeah, he's one of those guys. When you look at the mug shot, you go, "Yep, yeah, that's what I expected there." Let me bring this up, and then I'll tell you when it's ready, C-Lane. Okay, this is the guy.
But it's
in
like,
question.
is there not a flag of some sort when you go through the first 100 images? How did it get to 200,000 before this man was caught?
The most disturbing thing and hurtful thing to me is that there exists that many images to print out to begin with. Just thinking about that. Woo! All right.
Look at that. The second picture is all the boxes of it.
Oh, this is the stuff he printed out? My God, dude. People are so weird and creepy. And
it's disgusting.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's probably 50 or 60 boxes.
Imagine if you were breaking into one of those boxes just trying to get some Miller Lights.
Dude, what is this? What did you do over here? Jesus. Okay, let's go to something else. And strangely enough, it's at school with kids, but it's different altogether. There is a company that is now going to be helping to provide meals, healthy meals, to kids in schools and cafeterias across the country. And when they knew they had to do this, they said, let's put it out there. This is a purchase order that we're going to have, and let's have all of these companies bid to be the company that's going to provide these meals for school cafeterias across the United States of America. And the winner of that bidding, their food will now be served in these cafeterias, is Lunchables. Lunchables is the winner. And I said, hold on, wasn't this supposed to be like a healthy thing? What the hell is going on here?
Well, maybe it's a new Lunchable.
It is. They made some specialty ones, they said. They said Kraft Heinz has succeeded in getting its ready-to-eat packaged Lunchables into school lunch programs starting this fall in a major new initiative. This, my friends, is not super different than trying to get teenagers to smoke your brand of cigarettes. This is not super different than trying to be the beer that teenager tries for the first time in hopes that it will be the brand that they continue to try throughout their adult life. They're trying to hook them while they're young in a different way than the earlier guys, but still.
But are you suggesting that if they get on this brand now that they'll eat Lunchables for the rest of their life?
I think that's what happens. Why do you think when you go to middle school and high school, and I think this may have changed, I'm pretty sure it did, there used to be like Pepsi machines or Coca-Cola machines around the campus.
Yeah.
The soda companies would give a lot of money to the school. They might buy them like the scoreboard for the football field or something. And in return, they could only have Pepsi or Coke machines at the school.
It's like a stadium.
So the kids would get hooked on that brand.
We had both. We had Pepsi and Coke.
Of course you
did. DP.
No, there was a rule.
What was this school?
There was a rule
Rich
enacted.
kids. DJ Khaled went there.
They had everything.
I think there was Coke machines previously, and then they came up with some rule that like said the school board couldn't be brand specific because it was a government entity or something like that.
So take all the money.
Yeah, instead of taking one away, they added them both.
They doubled the amount of soda machines that we had at our school.
Oh.
And now there's nothing. Now
they took them all out?
Oh, gosh. There's like Propel and water and not even diet sodas. They took all the good food and sugary stuff away.
There is so much money in that. For a soda sponsor?
Yeah. A betting machine?
If you're out there and you have a lot of money that you would like to throw at the radio station?
No, or directly at us.
Side business here? Okay, we could do that. Plug-ola, payola?
Just hide a dollar bill inside of the Cherry Coke.
They said, the executive vice president of Kraft Heinz said 2 new varieties of Lunchables, separate from the Lunchables sold in grocery stores, with improved nutrition, we promise, because, spoiler alert, the other ones aren't very good for you, are headed to schools very, very soon.
How did you pizza?
I
don't know. How did you, Sean?
I didn't have many of those, but I would put the packet on there and put the cheese on top, make a little pizza. Is there another way to do it?
You have no idea what I'm talking about.
No, is there another way? Oh, do you mean like sandwich it together?
No. I mean, for me, maybe the people in chat that are much younger than you. It's you have 3 of the breads in the little crust. You go a little light, a little bit medium, and then that last one you put the rest of your materials.
You're stacking it up?
The biggest stacked pizza you possibly can have.
It's like a lasagna almost at that point.
And then you suck the rest of the red sauce out of the bag.
I was light on every pizza with the red sauce so that I could have the rest of it for dessert.
You just went right. You sucked right in the bag.
Yeah.
The website they have for this is such a terrible website. It's Kraft. They have so much money. Kraft Heinz. It's kraftheinzawayfromhome.com is the URL if you want to learn more. Okay, we're way behind. When we come back the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? Diplo has revealed that he's done a dip toe into the gay pond. A former soap opera star was arrested for stealing, but it's what he stole that has the world turning upside down. Also, plus it wouldn't be a Canadian award show without an interruption from a protester with all her teas out and about. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7. It's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos and SecuredRoofingAndRestoration.com. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Mike, and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
Hey everyone, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Afternoon highs today will reach the low 70s. Mostly sunny skies will prevail with a high UV index, so don't forget your sunscreen. Wake up temperatures tomorrow will be in the 40s and 50s, and forecast highs will reach the 60s, upper 60s at that for your Wednesday, and then temperatures continue to warm by the end of the week. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by the Florida Department of Transportation. Hey listeners, before celebrating St. Patrick's Day this year, remember to plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Don't let your luck run out.
Lowe's knows how to get your lawn ready for spring. And right now, you can get up to $20 off select Scott's Triple Action Fertilizer. Plus, get a Cobalt 40-volt 15-inch string trimmer or leaf blower. Your choice, $149, only at Lowe's. Get set for spring. Visit us in-store or online today, because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid 3/9 through 3/22. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
The Hook and Ladder Sub has been a Firehouse Subs original since day one, with Virginia honey ham, smoked turkey breast, and melted Monterey Jack. And a portion of every purchase helps provide life-saving equipment to first responders. We make our subs differently because our subs make a difference. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs. Save more lives. Participating U.S. locations. Firehouse of America, LLC, and Firehouse Subs suppliers together will donate 0.09% of purchases in 2023 at Firehouse Subs locations to the Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation for the purchase of life-saving equipment with a minimum donation of $1 million.
In the drawing room, a group of suspects gathered. The detective has solved the mystery.
Ladies and gentlemen, the butler did it.
You'll never catch me. The butler darted to his getaway car. But what he didn't know is this is a Nissan sales event ad.
Wait, what?
And his car is no match for the detective's Nissan Rogue or its standard VC turbo engine. Save on one of your own at the Nissan Thrill of the Drive sales event.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select models. Availability is limited. Shop your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. For well-qualified buyers, 0% APR financing for 36 months available on new 2023 Altima Rogue and Pathfinder when financed through NMAC. Must take delivery from new dealer stock. 36 months financing at $27.78 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary, subject to residency restrictions and NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Offer ends 4/3/23.
Research shows listeners prefer a personalized experience. So to help you remember, Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance. We personalized this ad for Amber, who really misses boy bands from the 90s.
Hey girl, I'm the cute one, here to tell you how Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
I'm the heartthrob. The only thing I love more than you is saving. And I'm the other boy in the band everyone forgot about.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 nerve care company. Nervive tablets contain alpha-lipoic acid to relieve nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort, plus B-complex vitamins to support healthy nerve function as you age. Live life with less nerve discomfort with Nervive Nerve Relief. Learn more at nervivehealth.com. And try Nervive Pain Relieving Cream to block nerve pain signals at the source. Use as directed.
Wawa's panini flavors are getting even bolder, like buffalo chicken paired with creamy mac and cheese. They're sure to be the envy of every lunch. Go ahead, try a new bold panini today. Gotta have a Wawa.
Could you use monthly payments to help meet basic needs, like putting food on the table, paying the rent, or buying new shoes for growing feet? Find out about Supplemental Security Income. You may qualify if your income and financial resources are low and you're 65 or older, or an adult or child with a disability or who is blind. Call 1-800-772-1213 or go to ssa.gov/SSI. Produced by Social Security at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Hello, Floridians. Today's a good day to do great things. Yes! Like scheduling the dentist appointment you've been putting off for 2 years.
Oh, man.
Like finally fixing that creaky door that drives you crazy. Like getting that massage you definitely deserve.
Oh, yeah.
Or taking time to make sure that your air conditioner is ready to beat the heat all summer long. Do something great today, now, by taking advantage of our $59 tune-up with no breakdown guarantee.
Call today, cool today, cooltoday.com.
Book your appointment now.
All the radio stations you love, every playlist to match your mood, the podcasts that everyone's talking about. If it's on the iHeartRadio app, it's free. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
iHeartRadio.
Hey, it's Jesse Kelly. When the U.S. starts telling another country to end the war now, it's time to take a hard look at your own protection plan. If you've been on the fence about buying gold and silver, it's time to act. Securing your IRA or 401k with real gold and silver is a portfolio protection plan, and Oxford Gold has made it as easy as 1, 2, 3. Call Oxford Gold right now and ask about bonus opportunities you may be eligible for. Call 833-404-GOLD. That's 833-404-GOLD.
Holding your virtual hand as the world crumbles. Real Radio 104.1 on Facebook. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. Story time with the 3 best friends you never knew you had. This is the News Junkie.
The next episode in just a moment. All things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. If you miss any of the show, you can catch up with everything you need to know. All at thenewsjunkie.com. So go over there, all the links to the podcast and everything ready for you at thenewsjunkie.com right now. All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
I'm going to talk to a kid online, and I'm going to go over to their house.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey.
That sounds very incriminating.
Smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don, thatmortgageguyDon.com, and the Home Loans Radio Show. If you don't follow That Mortgage Guy Don on Instagram, do so. I just saw he's posting, he's giving you the advice. I mean, mortgage rates, they're up, they're down. And all of it can be very confusing, but not when you're working with the expert. Start the process today, thatmortgageguyDon.com. It was 30 years ago, 1993. This song by this person was number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart.
J6 Band.
Nope.
Snow!
Snow is right. Let the beat drop.
No idea what he's saying.
And where is he at now?
I don't know.
No clue. Also, to make you feel old, it was over this past weekend, the 11th of March, that John Bender will officially serve the last of his Saturday detentions from Breakfast Club.
All right.
Yeah, he had, thousands of it. Took a really long time. Some people are going to find that to be very interesting.
I know what you're talking about.
Saw that meme over the weekend a whole lot.
This gal right here.
Avril Lavigne.
Avril Lavigne is right. And still punk AF. So punk that on Monday night, she introduced the next performer at Canada's Juno Awards.
Okay, that's a big one up there.
Yeah. The 16-year-old that was pregnant in high school?
No, unrelated.
Elliot Page?
But maybe.
She was interrupted by a topless protester. At first, Avril attempted to ignore the woman, as the video shows that Sean's going to play without any audio, because I did have to do a lot of censoring here. I'll play the audio for everyone else who's listening. And at first, she ignored, and then she told her to get the F off.
All right.
With his Punjabi roots, based in Victoria, BC, his music is gaining a worldwide
Just
audience.
pasties on, by the way.
Shows in Canada, the U.S. Get the f*** off. You're gonna have to
Okay, go back here. There's no safe spot in this video for me. It all looks like she's
He has
topless.
sold out shows in Canada, the U.S., the U.K., the U.G., and
Yeah, this woman that was like right next to this man. Are you filming it? Are you getting it?
Are you
Did
getting
you film
this,
it?
Mama?
I can't believe it. We're gonna go viral. But yeah, she told her to get the F off and then double down with get the F off, bitch. So there you have it. The woman, she scrawled, "Land back and stop the green belt" on her skin. She appeared to be protesting the Ontario Progressive Conservative government's proposition to remove not one, not two, but 7,400 acres of protected greenbelt land by 2025 for housing. Get
That
the
is
F off,
so
bitch.
specific.
It is.
It's
To the point that this woman, I mean, I'm sure it's very important for Canadians.
Like, I thought you were going to say, like, climate change. But she's like, I'm protesting this exact thing.
Yeah, so get the F off, and then continued. Now, she is making headlines recently also for her relationship with Tyga.
I saw that.
And I literally don't have
Wait,
time.
is it Tyga that she's dating?
Yeah, she's kissing him. She was with Mod's son. They broke
he's
up.
real sad about things
And then
right now.
she's with Tyga, who was with Black China, who then was with Kylie Jenner. And then there's like a whole thing because Mod's son was Travis Barker's protege, and Travis Barker's married to...
All right, I'm lost.
You know
There's
what I'm
a lot
saying?
of people involved in this.
Hollywood, baby. A former soap opera actor has been arrested after finding out his evil twin brother was actually his wife's lover.
I don't think that's true.
That is not the case at all. Hudson County, New York, earlier this month, he was charged with grand larceny for sucking off some cooking oil.
Whoa.
Sucking out.
Yeah, that might be better.
Sucking out some cooking oil from a diner. The cooking oil, estimated value of more than $1,000.
Wow.
According to Ulster Police Department, allegedly was siphoned by March, not the month, but actually the soap opera actor, which I am now just seeing March as the last name. I think I might have deleted.
His first name.
So he was going to places or going to a place and he was stealing their like oil like they would do from McDonald's.
A
and
storage
stuff.
container owned by a company called Buffalo Biodiesel. And the tank was located at this man's diner. And there was two men doing the sucking. They were arrested and expected to answer to the charges of grand larceny in the 4th degree in the town of Ulster Court at a later date.
Is it hard up for money? I mean, he's a damn soap opera actor.
So Buffalo Biodiesel is saying that this sucking of the oil.
Let's say siphoning.
What does siphoning mean? Define siphoning.
Like when you have a vessel that has some stuff in it, and then
you do what?
You suck on something to start a vacuum, or to get fluid from one place to another.
So I'm gonna go with the short answer: sucking.
Okay, all right.
Now, Buffalo Biodiesel says that it's wiping out their business. They go into numbers, 10 million to 15 million a year that they're losing from people sucking oil.
Jeez.
Yeah, can't believe it. So this guy, their TV credits include All My Children. He also was in One Life to Live. As the World Turns was a mainstay.
Damn.
As well as Degrassi, The Next Generation, and the TV movie Degrassi Takes Manhattan.
That's a real thing?
And now he's just using his mouth to steal money. Sucking it down.
Oh, boy.
How's my time? God.
You got a couple more minutes.
Well.
Yeah, you could throw a couple more sucks
Yeah,
in there.
It's funny
see
you
how many
mention
you get
that
in.
because Diplo. His remix. And Diplo says that he received oral sex from a man. And now he might be gay.
I don't
Let's
believe
dive
him.
in.
I don't believe him.
You don't believe that he got it, or you saw this clip?
His response was something like, I want to hear him if you have it. But
I do have it.
His response was something like, I don't know. I think I did. And I'm like, I think you would definitely know. If
This
you,
is with Emily
Radajowski or whatever. I always screw up her
beautiful
name.
lady. Her podcast, when he dished the deets, said that he's 100% sure that he got the mop from a man, but he can't recall the details. Hit it, Diplo.
Sure, if I got a from a guy before.
You're sure that's happened?
Yeah.
And you just don't remember?
I mean,
you're saying you're not committing to it, but you're saying you're sure it happened.
For sure.
But you don't have a specific memory of it.
Like, I don't know if it's gay unless you like make eye contact while there's
What?
Such a straight guy thing to say.
It is.
I mean, getting is not that gay.
It's not.
I think.
I don't know. You tell me.
But what were we about to talk about?
We were talking about Bill Clinton.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah. Let's get back to that.
Makes sense. He said he could see himself dating a couple guys long-term as life partners, but he also is very much in publicly dating women. And, I have to agree. Just getting one mop from a dude doesn't make you gay, gentlemen.
Whether it does or doesn't, if you got that, you would remember it. It's a guy.
I mean, the throes of it, EDM concert.
He's trying to be Creed
ecstasy
Bratton
everywhere.
from The Office, where he's like, it's possible a guy slipped in there at one point in time.
Oh my God, I have to find the clip, but someone had AI make a cyberpunk office and like redo all the characters. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen. Like they all look very badass, including Creed.
Oh boy.
So, there you have it.
All right.
On the The 2-hour Bachelor Women Tell All. Who's looking in their eyes? Third season premiere of Superman and Lois. Today I learned that they got through 1 and 2 seasons. Series premiere of Gotham Knights on the CW. The Voice on NBC. That's my jam on NBC as well. And you can catch Seth Rogen on Kimmel. Follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. And most importantly, stay with me, gay America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. When we come back, we always like to chronicle when people in our industry, broadcasters, our fellow broadcaster alums out there in the world,
Hi, Mike.
when they put their foot in their mouth, when they say something that gets called out, when they're under fire over comments that they made. And I'm sad to say this, but one of our brethren has done it once again.
No.
And so we'll investigate and we'll listen to what they said. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Seeking attention in unhealthy ways way before the internet turned it into a 6-figure career. Yeah, that's a weird thing to brag about, but proof is in the pudding. And alimony checks. It's the 30th anniversary of Real Radio 104.1. Thanks, because we couldn't have done it without you.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Travel with caution and expect heavy delays due to an accident on State Road 429 heading southbound at Colonial Drive. Traffic is backed up to Forest Lake Toll Plaza and the left lane is blocked. There's bumper-to-bumper traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. Expect delays heading westbound on I-4 between the Beach Line and State Road 535. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. When it comes to your tax refund, think biggest. As in, Jackson Hewitt guarantees your biggest refund or your money back, plus $100. Get to Jackson Hewitt for your biggest refund, guaranteed.
Divorce? Call Trinley and Kramer, TK Law. OneFirmForLife.com.
The Monster Brew Bus is ready to roll. Saturday, March 18th with stops in Port Orange, DeLand, and Claremont. This traveling party is brought to you by MyHomeBuildersNetwork.com and Kaufman & Lind. The bus may be sold out, but you can still meet us at Dunes Brewing, Persimmon Hollow, and Claremont Brewing. Special thanks to Wassey'sMeatMarket.com, MCA Transportation, and Jersey Mike's. Get more info at realradio.fm/brew.
Tommy Mello here, owner at A1 Garage Doors. Growing up, my mom worked 3 jobs to save our house. She's the most important person in the world to me. When she moved into her new house, I replaced all the parts the builder had put on with parts that were built to last. The garage door is the smile of your home. Don't wait. Call A1 Garage Door Service and you'll be smiling today. Take advantage of our $129 winter tune-up special that includes a new bottom rubber on your garage.
A1Garage.com. A1 from day one.
Complex Stream, air and electric. When you're in need, call the Extreme Team.
Visit Extreme Air online today at extremeairandelectrical.com for special financing available on new home comfort systems. That's your hometown train experts online at extremeairandelectric.com today. License EAC 1817433.
Complex Stream, for your air and electric. When you're in need, call the Extreme Team.
Shout out to Persimmon Hollow Brewing, official sponsor of Beer of the Week, where you are treated like family. Visit Persimmon Hollow Brewing at any of their 4 locations and enjoy passionately crafted beers. Make sure whenever you enjoy a Persimmon Hollow beer, you drink sensibly, but get weird.
Hey folks, it's time to de-junk and do some deep cleaning. Let Zero Res help. Zero Res can clean your carpet, furniture, tile and grout, sofa, area rugs, everything. Right now, get your tile and grout clean and sealed for 20% off. Make an appointment at OrlandoZeroRes.com. Zero Res, spelled forwards and backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Well, hello there. I am the Guitar Hotel.
I have over 3,000 of the newest slot machines and nearly 200 table games with real cards and real dealers. Come experience my incredible lineup of restaurants, bars, and of course, Hard Rock Live. Or spend a day soaking up the sun in my 18 acres of poolside paradise. I can't wait to meet you. Visit hardrockholly.com to find out more.
If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Owen. I'm a cigarette.
Do you like being a cigarette?
No, I don't. Not really into killing thousands of people. Sorry, no filter.
Right.
What's your sign?
Pisces?
I'm a Cancer. Cigarette joke. But seriously, I do cause cancer. And heart disease. And strokes. I could go on forever. Unlike the people who smoke me.
The average smoker lives 10 years less than non-smokers. Quit today. Find out how at tobaccofreeflorida.com.
Every March, Jersey Mike's turns money from subs into charitable donations.
And March 29th is Jersey Mike's annual day of giving, where 100% of sales are donated to local charities.
And to kick off all that giving, Peter gave me an apron. I'm honored.
Looking good, Danny. We've got subs to make, though.
Yeah. Now I know why you gave me the apron. Yeah. Join us Wednesday, March 29th for Jersey Mike's Day of Giving. Be a sub above.
Hey everybody, Jim here for my friends at Solar Bear. Did you know that last year in Orlando, 3 different utility rate increases and they're meeting regarding another? But you can stop going along with these rate increases because now's the time to go solar with Solar Bear. The #1 solar installer in the state of Florida, they can help eliminate your power bill in 2023. Solar Bear, also the highest rated and reviewed solar company in the state. They're locally owned and operated. That means no subcontractors. Visit solarbear.com today for your free estimate. And right now, get 0 down, 0% interest and no payments for 12 months with credit approval. Say goodbye to your electric bill, but say hi to Solar Bear. SolarBear.com.
Here's what a Fence Outlet customer said about their experience.
We signed with a one-man and a truck fence company because we thought they offered us a great deal. We paid them 50% up front, and then 2 days later he came out, removed our fence, one side of our neighbors, and installed a few posts. He had us pay the other 50% and said he'd be back the next day. Well, the guy never returned to finish the job, and we couldn't get a hold of him again. We later reached out to Fence Outlet and wished we had gone with them in the first place. We had no idea how often this happens to people.
Go with a company you can trust. FenceOutlet.com. License number C10252 and C10803.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. You're listening to WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This is the News Junkie.
A couple kids with a lover's leave. We had a long, long list of writing all our dreams down.
We'll get to your dispatches for the News Junkie app in just a moment. And lots of new updates to the website. And there's a big overhaul, I guess I should say, to the app coming before the end of the year. But as for right now, there's a lot of work going on to the website. So go to thenewsjunkie.com, create your account, and check all that stuff out. And we always cover when our radio brethren screw up, when they put their foot in their mouth and they do something that ends up getting some bad press for them. Or they just screw up overall whilst doing their show. It happens to a lot of people in the industry, it seems.
And then the rest of us go, at least it wasn't us.
Yeah, thank God our mics were off. We've done all the right things. We haven't screwed up too bad. We had our mics on one time in the studio for a while during a break, and I remember
It's happened a couple times with us.
Yeah, but I looked over and I saw that the microphones were hot, and I go, and then you immediately go back through, like, rewind.
What did we say?
What did we say here, sitting here? And then it was like the most mundane thing. Like, we're talking about an event or something.
What'd you have for dinner?
So we didn't get any trouble because we didn't screw up like some of these other people did. My favorite story about that is if you've ever heard of a broadcaster, he does like a tech radio show. His name is Leo Laporte. And he was at the forefront of like podcasts and streaming and all that. And he was doing a show one time, and on the video version of the show, they cut to his computer, and he was in the middle of like messaging back and forth with somebody who wasn't his wife.
Yes.
And it was all like,
we've had those.
when I come home, I'm going to do this to you and that to you.
Or like screenshots where you could see like the multiple tabs of the porn you've been watching.
Yeah. There was a journalist who did that too. He had a screenshot, and then in one of the tabs, you could see it was like tentacle porn that the guy had up in it. You're like, well, guys, you really gotta polish up a little bit. Now, this one I don't necessarily understand, but maybe you NASCAR fans will know a lot more about it.
I'm listening.
First of all, this guy is a legend in the world of NASCAR racing, and we all know him as Mike Joy.
Mike Joy!
I'm telling you, the guy is the best of the best. This is the first time I've ever heard of him, but I'm just going to believe that he is indeed a legend. Joy, 73, has been calling races since he was hired as a pit reporter for CBS in 1973. Yeah! But now the Fox Sports commentator finds himself on the wrong side of the ire of NASCAR fans across the country. During Fox's coverage of the NASCAR Cup Series race from Phoenix Raceway, he commented about fans who complain about the number of commercials shown during a race. And here's what he said. I got the actual audio I want to play for you. Maybe it's just because I'm not big into NASCAR. Maybe it's because this is like way outside of my scope and in the focus areas that I have. I didn't think there was anything at all crazy about what he said. But here's the moment that I guess NASCAR fans are sort of pissed off about.
Now, for all the keyboard warriors, I'm going to do this in words of one syllable. The last green flag full screen break of this race comes right now.
That's it.
Wait,
That's what he said. He said, for all the keyboard warriors out there, I'm going to do this in words of one syllable. The last green flag full screen break of this race comes right now.
Is that like some sort of dog whistle?
I guess that NASCAR fans get pissed when during the race they go to commercials and then they complain like, we're missing the race because you went to commercials.
That's how you get to watch the race. You need advertisers.
It's expensive to run this stuff, and they got to run some ads. But I guess they cut away sometimes when it's a green flag and all the cars are racing, and the fans get mad. And so that's why he started off with that keyboard warriors part.
Now, for all the keyboard warriors, I'm going to do this in words of one syllable. The last green flag full screen break of this race comes right now.
I want to hear from a NASCAR fan that takes offense to that, because I can't even see where you would get mad, like what you would be upset about. The comments were in response to fans who have complained they missed too much of the race due to commercials. Specifically, it appears he was referring to one fan in particular. Blah, blah, blah. They talk about the commercials during the race. But it seemed like the most mundane thing.
Now he's in trouble?
I guess they said with NASCAR. Like, NASCAR's upset with him because he did that. I've complained about commercial breaks a million times on this show. I would, after the show, we had a period of time where every single commercial break we had on the show was astronomical. Like, some of them were comically large because they had oversold the inventory on the show. And I would routinely complain about this. It's like, hey, we can't do this. This is too long. We can't have a commercial break that long. And I'd rant about it and talk about it on the show. And nobody ever even said anything about it to me. I never got any heat for that. It's like, it seems like that would be a weird thing to be.
Well, you get away with a lot of things, Sean.
Well, I just think that would be a weird thing to be mad about. You're talking to the audience about commercial breaks. Now, our next commercial break, it's a breeze. No problems here. You're gonna be in good hands.
Because I fixed it.
Did you? Good, because it wasn't a breeze. But now it is a breeze, so I could be right about that. Let's go to your dispatches from thenewsjunkie.com. And let's see here. Oh, boy. Seychelles. I don't know if I want to play this.
Why?
What does it say?
It looks like he's spiraling a little bit. It says, just got kicked off a job and I'm about to quit my job. I'm in a bar right now drinking my thoughts.
Oh, that's just the description.
That's just the description.
I want to hear it.
All right, let's see. Here we go.
Good afternoon, the News Junkie, Sean, Celine, and my lovely Sabrina.
Hi.
Sean, I just got kicked off a job site because I called the supervisor. The MF words. But
okay,
then,
all right. You know, that'll do it. When you call
But wait,
the
there's an
supervisor
explanation.
the MF word, that's probably going to get them irritated.
He was being obnoxious and, and I just lose my cool. Of all the things, I'm sitting in a bar right now enjoying my freedom from that house. He has called me the N-word like 5 times before.
My God!
And yesterday, he put his feet off my ass while I was on the floor, putting a couple of receptacles. But so, my boss is furious with me and said you shouldn't have said anything. But I'm
So you're gonna quit?
about to think about just that song comes in. Takes this job and
What's he
shove it.
saying now? Oh, okay.
Wish me luck.
All right.
Good luck, buddy.
Good luck.
Yes.
Seychelles. Pull it together, man. All right. Here.
What?
Some of these dispatch names are so stupid. I hate you people. Here's a dispatch from Ravioli, give me the dispatchioli with these comments.
This is a simple message for all you dummies. There will only be one winner at the News Junkie Pinewood Derby, and that is Ravioli. Yeah. So while you wiggle and pop behind the safety of your rules, down here in No Rules, you will all fall, you will all fail, and you will bear witness to your future undisputed News Junkie Pinewood Derby, No Rules champion, Ravioli. Yeah.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
We still have a couple more No Rules teams available at realradio.fm/derby, so you don't miss out on the Ultimate Pinewood Derby 4. The rules kits are shipping out today. I got them all ready to go. Then we're going
Makes them want to throw up.
Ship out the No Rules tomorrow, so you get several weeks with your car before the event to get it all ready for the Ultimate Pinewood Derby 3 that's going down on Saturday. I don't have it in front of me. April 8th?
April 8th. Yes.
April 8th at Tuffy's in Sanford. So if you still want to squeeze in with your team and get the merch that comes with that, go over to realradio.fm/derby and get them now. Just got a text message from Bossman Bradshaw.
Beep, boop, beep, boop.
It says, stop complaining about your commercials. You're in trouble. So maybe this is the moment. This could be it. I hope not.
Listen, keyboard warrior.
Yeah, I just didn't understand what the big deal was about that. All the other things I play, I'm like, yeah, guy definitely should be fired for doing that. That seems so tame. Maybe the world of NASCAR is just really sensitive. When we come back, we're going to get to more of your comments, and we've got to talk about that President Biden made a mistake and said something he wasn't supposed to.
Man.
And Ticketmaster is announcing something new that is really stupid. In the news, Junkie.
You know you can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Travel with caution and expect delays. Authorities are clearing up an accident on State Road 429 heading southbound at Colonial Drive. The left lane is blocked. There's stop-and-go traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. Authorities are clearing up an accident on the off-ramp from I-4 westbound to Anderson Street. The left lane is blocked. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by GetYourOilChange.com.
Ready for spring break? Drive into Valvoline Instant Oil Change today. Stay in the comfort of your car for a quality Valvoline oil change in about 15 minutes. No appointment needed. Save up to 50% at GetYourOilChange.com.
Get ready to celebrate your favorite podcasts at our iHeart Podcast Awards. Tune in as the best podcasts take home awards in categories like comedy, crime, pop culture, and more. Watch on iHeartRadio's YouTube channel and Facebook page. And listen right here, tonight at 9.
Are you looking for some non-dairy deliciousness? Discover the rich, creamy taste of Planet Oat Oat Milk. It's delicious in coffee, smoothies, cereal, or by the glass. Planet Oat Oat Milk tastes every bit as marvelous as the delicious moments it inspires. Pick it up in your local grocery store today.
Tonight on the CW.
It is truly magical to be a mom.
An unexpected Superman and Lois.
I might be pregnant.
An all-new season begins.
Lois is missing. How could you just leave her? Lives were at stake. My daughter's life is at stake.
Never underestimate
Lois!
the power of family.
We are going to get through this. All of us. Together.
An all-new Superman and Lois, followed by Gotham Knights, series premiere tonight.
It all begins tonight at 8, only on CW18.
Weekday mornings, bring your forecast into focus with West 2 News on CW18 and First Warning meteorologist Kellyanne Class.
I'm Kellyanne Class. Every morning, I bring your forecast into focus. You'll always have a clear view of what's ahead. From what to wear to the next best chance for rain, you won't be left guessing what the weather will be. Because my focus is on your day. Every day.
West 2 News Sunrise on CW18. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10.
Finding great people to hire is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. It's pretty difficult, right? Well, ZipRecruiter has mastered finding a needle in a haystack, so they take it to the next level. They make hiring so simple that it's like finding a needle in a needle stack. And that's why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Here's what it's like to use ZipRecruiter. They have so many qualified candidates that it's easier to find the right ones for your roles. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's a lot of needles. So how do they do it? ZipRecruiter's powerful technology sends you candidates who are a great match for your job, and you can even invite your top choices to apply. So if you want less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
I love going on double dates to McDonald's. And by double, I mean twice a day. And by dates, I mean quality time with my choice of a savory sausage biscuit or sausage McMuffin paired with hash browns for $2.79 in the morning. Then sneak away for either a delicious McDouble or McChicken with small fries on the side for $3.69 later in the day. Who needs romance when there's McDonald's? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid when product served.
No matter what I get, it's 20% off every day when I spend $1 on the McDonald's app. So yesterday was my please the whole fam on the way to the game meal. Today is my finally get them to stop asking, are we there yet meal. Who knows what tomorrow will be? Maybe a delicious crispy chicken sandwich all for myself meal. Whatever it is, it's a win. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid through December 31st, 2023 at participating McDonald's. Valid once a day. Excludes tax. McD app download and registration required.
In the drawing room, a group of suspects gathered. The detective has solved the mystery.
Ladies and gentlemen, the butler did it.
You'll never catch me. The butler darted to his getaway car. But what he didn't know is this is a Nissan sales event ad.
Wait, what?
And his car is no match for the detective's Nissan Rogue or its standard VC turbo engine. Save on one of your own at the Nissan Thrill of the Drive sales event.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select models. Availability is limited. Shop your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today. For well-qualified buyers, 0% APR financing for 36 months available on new 2023 Altima Rogue and Pathfinder when financed through NMAC. Must take delivery from new dealer stock. 36 months financing at $27.78 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary, subject to residency restrictions and NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Offer ends 4/3/23.
You've heard of a pro tip. Here's a mo tip. Get uninsured motorist coverage. If someone hits you and hurts you, they don't have to have insurance to compensate you. Uninsured motorist coverage helps protect you. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Tonight on the CW.
It is truly magical to be a mom.
An unexpected Superman and Lois.
I might be pregnant.
An all-new season begins.
Lois is missing. How could you just leave her? Lives were at stake. My daughter's life is at stake.
Never underestimate
Lois!
the power of family.
We are going to get through this, all of us, together.
An all-new Superman and Lois, followed by Gotham Knights, series premiere tonight.
It all begins tonight at 8, only on CW18.
Weekday mornings, bring your forecast into focus with West 2 News on CW18 and First Warning meteorologist Kellyanne Class.
I'm Kellyanne Class. Every morning, I bring your forecast into focus. You'll always have a clear view of what's ahead. From what to wear to the next best chance for rain, you won't be left guessing what the weather will be. Because my focus is on your day. Every day.
West 2 News Sunrise on CW18. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
If you suffered an injury at a place of business, dial pound wall. That's all. Morgan & Morgan.
preparing you for the impending robot uprising. This is the News Junkie.
President Biden lets a secret slip on accident. What happened? I'll tell you what that was in just a moment. You know, when I find something like this, every once in a while I'm like, damn, why isn't this getting more buzz? Like, I understand when Netflix or any of the big streamers release a new movie or a TV show and then everybody starts talking about it. But sometimes you find one and you're like, no, I haven't heard anybody talking about this. And Courtney and I watched this movie. Have either of you seen We Have a Ghost? Have you heard about that movie?
It's on the queue.
Oh,
it looked cute.
It was fun. It was like
a guy from Stranger.
Yes, it's the guy who plays the sheriff in Stranger Things. Can't remember his name right now, but he's also in that great Christmas movie that just came out not too long ago. David something.
Something with an H.
Hoffer? Or whatever.
Hoffer?
No, that's what his character name is, Hopper, I think. Or something like that. But he's in it, and we started watching it, I was like, oh God, another ghost movie. And then there's like a couple of twists in it that make it different than a lot of the other stuff that's out there. And as we're watching, I'm like, this movie is funny. It's fun. What? David Harbour. Yeah. And he's in this with a couple other people that I wasn't familiar with. And it's like just like a creative ass little movie called We Have a Ghost. And
It's with oh my God, names be slipping. But White Lotus, Best in Show, she's like the main Jennifer Coolidge.
Oh yeah, she's in it for a very short period of time.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. They
put her in the trailer a bunch.
They're capitalizing off of that because her stock has never been higher.
That was like that Christmas rom-com or one of those Christmas movies that the poster for it or the thumbnail had Bobby Flay on it, and he was in there for all of 2 minutes.
Right. Yes, there's a lot of times they do that just as trickery and they try to rope you in. Yeah, I think she was definitely in it, but she wasn't in it for a super long time. And then the other actors I didn't know as well, but it's not the same as all these other ghost movies out there. And yeah, definitely watch that if you get a chance. I hadn't heard anybody talking about that movie. Ticketmaster has a brand new idea, and it's just as terrible as the rest of them. I'll tell you that too. But first, over to President Biden. He let slip that he's going to be doing something, and it's kind of awkward in a couple of ways. And I want to toss this out there for some discussion and chat and with dispatches. He was answering some questions, and President Biden accidentally said, he asked me to do his eulogy, talking about former President Carter, Jimmy Carter. And he afterwards said, oh, excuse me, I shouldn't have said that. He accidentally let this slip. And he gets it out there. And so people are talking now about how Jimmy Carter isn't doing so well, and he's going to probably pass away pretty soon. And if you've been alive...
Has he been in hospice for a couple weeks now?
Now it's been several weeks, I think, that he's been in a hospice for, that means it's an end-of-life situation. And if you've ever been around or paid attention for when a president dies in the United States, it's a whole big thing. It's a lot. It goes on for several days. They lie in state at the Capitol in the rotunda usually. Then they, for some reason, have a horse that they march through in this parade with boots in the stirrups backwards. And it's all kinds of pomp and circumstance that happens after a president dies. And President Biden said, Jimmy Carter asked me to do his eulogy. And I thought about that for a second. It's imagine right now, I hate to even put this out in the air, but you learned that you are not long for this world. And then all of a sudden you start having conversations with people and you have to ask somebody to give a eulogy or give the main eulogy at your funeral. That would be an awkward conversation. Yeah, you're clearing it with them ahead of time because you can't really say no to that.
Yeah.
You would feel like such a jerk if he said, nah, that's a no from me.
Well, you could say yes off the bat and then day up.
He said, I'm going to back out of this. If somebody says, I'd love for you to give my eulogy at my funeral, and you're like, oh, I am super busy that day, and I'm sorry. I'm not going to be able to make it out there.
Just open your notes, Elaine. For my funeral, should I pass before both of you, I want it to be open for multiple eulogies, but treat it like an open mic.
Okay.
Where you give them the light at about 3 minutes.
Okay, yeah. Or if
unless it's going great. They're
if it's
killing
going
it.
south, do we play the tuba and just
no, go the
hook
old,
them out?
Yeah,
hook them right off the stage.
I want Apollo style.
I don't know if this is the clip of him saying it, but this is one of the stories about Joe Biden letting it slip that he's going to be delivering the eulogy for Jimmy Carter.
President Joe Biden says that former President Jimmy Carter requested him to deliver his eulogy. The two have been friends for more than 45 years.
Damn.
Right now, Carter is receiving hospice care at his home in Plains.
Hey.
President Biden says the 39th president has been battling cancer for a long time. Carter said in 2015 that his cancer had spread to his brain.
Oof.
After radiation treatment, he said his cancer was clear in 2017. Biden had visited the Carter family back in 2020.
That photo is still so
Classic.
insane to me, where the Bidens make the Carter
switch.
family like they're so teeny tiny. I mean, they look like little puppets or something.
It's like,
so weird.
I appreciate a long life, but it's like, do I want to be in that state?
It depends on how
where
you
you
feel.
become just so shriveled up.
It depends on how you feel in that moment.
Who are you
know?
asking?
Yeah, you. If you like when you get that old, if you still feel kind of good and you feel like you're snappy enough that you, even though you're like 90 something, that you're still.
Does that look
happy?
snappy to you?
They don't look necessarily snappy.
Exactly.
but-
Like you're asking like how I feel at that point where I am probably a little senile and like, I'm just happy to be breathing.
It's such a strange photo. It looks like you could take Jimmy Carter's wife, the former first lady, and just like
Fold her up,
she's-
put her in your pocket.
Yeah, she's tiny. She's just the
She's
smallest
cute,
thing.
though.
So they said right there in that they had been friends for 45 years, President Biden and the former President Jimmy Carter. Who in your life
Have I known for 45 years?
is the friend that you've known for the longest period of time? Who in
Okay.
your life, are you anywhere, like, are you into double digits with?
Yeah.
Well, obviously, the three of us have been working together for 10 years now.
We
So
will be
have
friends
that.
for 10 years officially after the summer.
Okay, so we've gone that far. 10 years is a long time to know somebody.
Very.
I think.
I'm
But
going on-
45 years is insane.
The high school friends, like from freshman year, 15 years.
Mhm.
And then I have friends that I still talk to from when I was going to camp, and I've known them since I was 11 or 12.
Oh, that's a long time.
Going on 20 years.
Yeah. See, and then, but I guess it's different when you're not in like consistent communication with them, right?
Been friends with my mom for 31 years.
That definitely doesn't count.
Oh, come on.
Can't count
That's what
that
people
one.
who have no friends say.
I have friends, man.
That's what
They're just like
I
say
can't
it. You don't need to say it because
I
you have
think
friends.
I think that
your mom is going to be so mad at you when you talk to her on the phone later.
She'll be fine.
I think that she's got other things to worry about that you've said on the show in the last several weeks.
Yeah. Plus she's way behind on podcasts.
Oh, good for you then.
I won't hear about this for weeks.
Good for you. God. Yeah, I think that once you know somebody for that long, it's like you have a different level of connection, but who the hell has friends that they've known for 45 years?
You'd be amazed, man.
When I hear about
Amazed.
couples where they say like they've known each other for 70 years, I think, my God.
There's a couple from my high school who they started dating sophomore year, and they just like had their fourth kid,
Wow.
and they have been together and friends for the last almost 20 years.
That's a long time. That's a long point in time. I got to tell you.
That was way too thick of a span of years that I just gave you.
Do you ever think that when people who they got together in high school and you're like, oh wow, these people have only ever had sex with one
Correct.
person.
Correct. But you know what?
What if they don't know how bad it actually sucks?
If
Like-
they eventually, I feel like they get the hang of it. But I also feel like this, and not the couple that I'm talking about, but couples that have been together for a long time, it's either there is infidelity or they start,
Swinging
exploring
around
with each other.
They
Yeah.
get the pineapple situation going on.
There is so much more of that than I think people really know.
Out of 100 people, how many of those people do you think are swingers?
40.
No way. There's no shot. The 40% of people are
You
swingers.
guys are coming from, I'm not a swinger, but I've certainly have been amongst them.
Uh-huh.
And there are way, way more than you think.
40% sounds really high.
It does,
I
but
would have
it's
said
happening, dude.
I would have said 4.
Okay, out of 100 people, how many think are cheating on their significant others?
Oh, probably more than the amount of swingers
Yeah.
that are out there.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
When I say I'm saying like a couple that's in an open relationship where they're into swinging with other couples and having sex with other people.
Non-monogamous.
Right. In that situation, that I would think that would be like maybe under 5%, I would think, of the population. But maybe growing as of the last 10 years or so. There's just no way it's that many people. And Dewey on YouTube says it's 90% of the villages, which might very well be true. Spikes in some of these locations. Yeah, there's a lot of them in there, I guess. I'm going to tell you, and I know this sounds dark, but I can't get the thought out of my head, like intrusive thoughts-wise. If I was with somebody for 70 years and they died, I don't know that I would want to stick around afterwards. If you went on a journey with a person for that long and then all of a sudden, like, you're doing all the things that you've done for 70 years, but now by yourself, I think I might peace out too. I think I might be like, yeah, it's been a fun ride. Let me take a flight to wherever the hell they let you legally do this and check out and be done with it. Rather than waking up every day and like starting conversations with a person before realizing, oh, right, that's right, they're not here anymore.
Better have a whole bunch of kids, man.
Oh, God.
And then you think about that situation. I know we're running out of time, but like the older lady, Daytona? It's a Florida woman, but their whole thing is like she's been with her husband for decades.
Yeah.
Husband is fatally ill. They have determined that they have a pact murder-suicide.
Yeah, this is the one in the hospital where she went in there with a gun and shot him.
He packed the gun for her and then kills him, was supposed to, herself, and then got too scared about it. And now she is facing the rest of her life in prison because of it.
I think they may have just let her out on bond.
They did because they lowered the charge from whatever degree murder to assisted
suicide. Did that surprise you, though? Because when I saw that, I said, they let this woman go. I'm actually amazed as I stand here right now that she hasn't done what we all think she probably would do.
Maybe that's what they were that's why they gave her the bond.
Right. That's the unspoken thing that everybody.
I think she's lived too much of her life to. I think
she can't do it.
Decided, that she doesn't want to do it. But I'm certain that she didn't want to spend the rest of her life in jail. She was looking out for her husband.
Could you imagine being her neighbor right now, and like that.
She's probably the sweetest
every
lady
loud
in the
noise
whole
you
world.
hear.
No, yeah. You know that she has done this to her husband, and then you followed the story. You know they had this pact, and then they dropped her charge to assisted suicide and let her out on bond. Couple people in this process are probably going, let her out on bond. Probably gonna. So if your her neighbor, you're probably like every little thing you hear.
You're
like,
a book drop.
Is that it? Did you just do it?
I feel bad for her. Come on.
I think, and I know that
every time you walk by your house, you put your ear up to the garage to hear if the engine's running.
I'm dark in some of my thinking, and
C-Lane's right there with you.
I try to be just as honest as I can about how I feel about things, and I swear to God, I can't lie about it. I think that's one of the most romantic stories I've heard in a very long time.
It is
because
when
the deeper you think about it, the more you're
read
like,
it on paper,
oof.
though. Like day of that scene, probably a nightmare.
No, I wouldn't want to been there. I just think hearing about it, there's very flashes of sort of Romeo and Juliet style things coming to mind, and putting it all out there from somebody.
Courtney to?
I might need her to. It depends on what happens with this blood test. If the results are dire, then I'll say, see you later. It's been a good ride.
And then in that case, are you expecting her to, see you in heaven a couple weeks afterwards, or are you going to let her live her life?
I'm not answering any of these questions. I'm not putting any of this out there because it sounds like there's a plan in the works. So there is no plan in the works. But I think that the story about that lady actually doing that.
It was romantic. Yes.
Yeah, it's like, what a brazen move to do for another human being. And most people would not have done it. So anyways, that's my dark, demented mind.
Now we're all there together.
All right, let's, I want to talk about the Ticketmaster thing so I don't leave that tease hanging. They're now going to be Ticketmaster 2.0. There's been a lot of 2.0s. We had Al-Qaeda, or rather Taliban 2.0.
Right? Okay.
The Taliban 2.0 in Afghanistan, which turned out to be just like the last Taliban. We had, what was the one that was rebranding recently that we talked about?
Oh, my gosh.
I forgot who the hell it was. But we even brought up the Taliban thing when we were discussing them. Like they're going to turn over a new leaf.
I'm blanking.
And
we
you
talk
got,
about
they got a brand new version of this. But that's what Ticketmaster is trying to do right now. And they said in 2022, this is from Uprocks, Ticketmaster managed to piss off every musical fan base across genres. Whether you were a fan of Bruce Springsteen, Zach Bryan, Death Grips, a hip-hop duo, pop star Taylor Swift, or Bad Bunny and Beyonce. Somehow the live event and ticketing conglomerate has irritated you in one way or another. This has been going on for years. It's nothing new. Even after being at the center of a formal Senate hearing and updating their ticket policy to diffuse tension with eager concert goers, the company is still atop the most music fans' hate list. Of course they are. Now they say they're going to change everything, and they're going to mandate more transparent ticket pricing for concerts after being called out.
Heard that line before.
Well, Live Nation's president and CEO, Michael Rapino, is reportedly aiming to relieve a lot of the stress and the customer's perception that there's a magical extra fee added on. We don't have a perception that there's a magical extra fee added on. There's a magical extra fee added on. We know that that's a thing.
But that's what your eyes are perceiving with the reading, Sean.
What they're saying is on their website, they're going to include the total with all the fees when it shows you what the tickets cost.
They do that already.
They do that already in some cases. And guess what? All that allows you to do is hide behind the price of the tickets rather than the thing they don't want to do, which is where they separate them and show you what the artist is getting,
Right.
what Ticketmaster is taking, and then anything else that they're adding in there.
Whatever happened to the big, it wasn't Congress, obviously, Senate hearings when it came to Ticketmaster?
Yeah, it wasn't Congress. Yeah, it was in Congress.
Was it Congress?
Where they talked about this.
But then what? Did we get anywhere?
It was a Senate hearing, and they just did like a dog and pony show, basically, where they yelled at them because the politicians know everybody watching hates these people, so let me win some points by yelling at them. And nothing happens after this. But they're like, we got to do a much better job so policymakers and consumers understand how the business operates. They're going to show the true cost to see the show when we start shopping across the board. All that does is take that fee and put it in the total fee, and then it looks like here's how much Beyonce wants for these tickets. That's what it does. So they took out of all of this that, you know what we're going to do? We're just going to hide our money in the cost of the ticket. We're going to say we're doing a good job by showing you the full price when you click tickets in your card or whatever, and that's fixing everything. That's not what people want.
They want cheaper tickets.
People want cheaper tickets. People want less fees, useless fees. People want to get screwed over less. People want for them not to have these secondary markets with dynamic pricing that takes a $50 ticket and makes it a $500 ticket.
I mean,
so it's
clearly
unaffordable.
There has to be some sort of monopoly because you're not seeing anything go up against Ticketmaster.
It is. It's to me, it's 100% a monopoly.
With
Even though they have,
Access, which is just seems like a
they're tiny.
second cousin twice removed.
Yeah, it's a monopoly with a couple of little kids that hang out and also participate in the same game.
Hey, Gav.
And to me, this is not going to fix any of that.
It's
This is a stupid idea.
The people that go up against Ticketmaster is like the craft beer market 40 years ago.
Yeah, they're like, oh, this is cute. You know, you guys got to sell
you
tickets.
guys make your own beer.
Oh, look at that.
You're making your own ticket.
Jury duty. When we come back, we're going to get to a couple dispatches in before that. And I got to tell you this story about a politician who didn't necessarily know how to use social media.
Oh, I
So,
cannot wait.
This guy was liking some things, and he didn't understand that other people can see the things that you like on the internet.
We know some people who have fallen victim
Stop
to that.
me if you've heard this one before.
Yeah.
Worse.
But with this politician in the spotlight now, things have just gotten real weird, and that's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Now that you can have people over again,
Why is your remote sticky?
tell your smart speaker to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
This is Mike Golick Jr. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings.
The Magic opened a 4-game road trip tonight in San Antonio. Orlando put an end to their 3-game skid with Saturday's OT win over Miami. Bucks guard Shaq Mason's on the move. He was traded to Houston today as part of a late-round draft pick swap. Mason was facing a release as a salary cap casualty. And a U.S. flag signed by future Hall of Fame QB Tom Brady's hitting the auction block. It'll go on eBay with a starting bid of nearly $300,000. I'm Scott Davidson.
Hey everyone, it's Mike Golick Jr. introducing my new podcast, Gojo, tackling sports, pop culture, and whatever else you can think of. Download and listen to the newest episode from my show, Gojo, the podcast with DraftKings, releasing daily, Monday through Friday, wherever you get your podcasts.
We're more than truck drivers. We're road pros.
Yep. Want to know the best way to get somewhere? Ask a truck driver. We know where the pavement is smooth and the stop signs are few and far between.
We also know where the best donuts are and where to find the fuel that helps keep our engines cleaner.
Using Synergy diesel-efficient fuel from Exxon and Mobil stations helps us get better mileage.
They provide quick ways to pay so you can get back on the road. They're dependable like that.
Pros like us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Learn more and find a station at Exxon.com compared to diesel without detergent additives. Results may vary.
More than ever, we are reimagining our homes as places of retreat. We're minimizing stress and maximizing space. We're dreaming of spa-like bathrooms, complete with beautiful vanities to hide the clutter and make room for candles. We're wishing we could de-stress in a soaking tub or under a rainfall shower at the end of a long day. Make this the year that dream becomes your reality with Home Outlet. Our guaranteed lowest prices put quality products within budget and dream spaces within reach. Visit us in store or online at homeoutlet.com.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREON info.com.
GiveMeTheVIN.com is America's best car buyer, paying top dollar for your car, truck, sports car, exotic. What are you waiting for? We want to buy your car right now. Find out why thousands of satisfied customers across the United States put more money in their pocket by going to GiveMeTheVIN.com. I told my buyers, let's get them bought. Right now is the time to go.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
The Hook and Ladder Sub has been a Firehouse Subs original since day one, with Virginia honey ham, smoked turkey breast, and melted Monterey Jack. And a portion of every purchase helps provide life-saving equipment to first responders. We make our subs differently because our subs make a difference. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs. Save more lives. Participating U.S. locations. Firehouse of America, LLC, and Firehouse Subs suppliers together will donate 0.09% of purchases in 2023 at Firehouse Subs locations to the Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation for the purchase of life-saving equipment with a minimum donation of $1 million.
Russ Rollins here. Hey, my pool was cold, so I called Solar Source, and I'm so glad that I did. Solar Source is going to put a solar hybrid pool package on for me, which means solar energy is going to make my pool a lot warmer, and I'm also getting an energy-efficient pump, which means we're switching over from chlorine to salt water, which is so much better, and a Gulfstream electric pool heater to make sure it stays just right. Thanks to Solar Source for all of this. Going solar is a big decision. Go to solarsource.com/monsters to get your quote now. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
Managing healthcare for yourself, your kids, your aging parents, it's a lot to keep track of everything. Now you have help. Welcome to Village Medical, a whole new kind of primary care that's a lot more caring. Here your doctor really gets to know your family's needs and coordinates all their visits, labs, even prescriptions. Plus, you can make same-day appointments or schedule video or at-home visits, all covered by most insurance. It sounds different because it is different. Go to villagemedical.com and become a patient today.
Do you spray wood preservatives, mold remediation products, or sanitize indoors using a hand wand sprayer? Are you a professional who uses a hand pump tank sprayer or backpack sprayer to treat indoor hard surfaces or pre-construction sites? If so, you may qualify for a research study and get paid up to $300. A research study is currently being conducted in the Orlando area to measure exposure to workers when spraying indoors with manually pressurized hand pump or battery-powered sprayers and backpack sprayers. To qualify, you must have a job or or have had one in the last 2 years where you use a pump-up tank sprayer or backpack sprayer for indoor mold remediation, wood treatment, or indoor sanitizing. You must be at least 18 years old with a verified government-issued ID, know how to operate a sprayer, and be in good health. This is a one-day study with compensation up to $300 for your time. Study participants are needed. For details and to find out if you qualify, please go to www.researchstudyorlando.com. That's www.researchstudyorlando.com.
You're a dreamer. You see the possibilities of chocolate and caramel flavors swirling together with cold brew, topped with a velvety chocolate cold foam and cocoa caramel crumbles. And that imagination can only be rewarded with Dunkin's new caramel chocolate cold brew. Participation may vary. Limited time offer. Terms apply.
It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity during tax season because so much sensitive info is all together.
Before we start the annual meeting of Sean's personal info, has anyone seen Social Security number? Not me.
Nuh-uh.
Oh no. He's been stolen.
LifeLock by Norton makes it easy to help protect yourself. If you become a victim, we'll work to fix it. No one can monitor all transactions, but you can save up to 25% off your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
The Dell Technologies semi-annual sale starts now with savings on select PCs powered by the latest 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Plus, get deals on select accessories and free shipping on everything. Save now by calling 877-ASK-DELL.
This hour brought to you by Space Coast Jobs Now, coming March 30th.
Facebook may have changed how it looks, but we still remain your source for the content you never knew you needed or wanted. Real Radio 104.1 on Facebook, powered by Anna Jar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
He won't hesitate to call you out when you're being a little ASCII. This is the news junkie, Sean Watson.
What was the number, the percentage from our farmer friend, Sealand?
Oh, 80.
It's 80%, he said, in his world.
Yeah.
In the gay community, he said 80% of people are swingers. We were talking about the overall percentage.
I feel like I've heard that.
Of people who've done
Funny,
it.
though.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's maybe a trope and one of the things that everybody says. But it is interesting to see how much of this stuff is out there. And I was trying to find out how many people in the U.S. are actually swingers. I told you that I go to, I got to be careful how I say this. There's a night where I go to the bar, and it also happens that there's a throuple meeting going on. Now, I'm not attending the throuple meeting. I'm just there hanging out. One of our, we got a listener who's in the throuple meeting that hangs out every week at this place, and they just meet other people who are into this. And, there's people who have very different kind of views on sex and sexual relationships. Some people are very much hyper-monogamous, and they're not into this stuff. And some people are very much in the other direction, and they're much more comfortable exploring stuff like this. But the only overall study that I could find, this one says they asked Americans how they felt about this stuff, and they said 2.4 million Americans, it's 2,300,000 people, are active swingers, which makes up 1.1% of people between the ages of 18 and 80. And obviously, it's going to skew a bit younger than the 80 side, one would guess. But some of the states have more than others. So in Delaware, they said 1 in every 40 people are active swingers. That's the most active swingers for any of the states out there. So nationwide, 1.1% of people say that they're swingers, and in Delaware, 1 out of 40. That's a hell of a lot more.
Told you.
They're all like together in Delaware. Overall,
There's nothing wrong with it. I think
with being a swinger, I couldn't do it. I don't think.
No, but that doesn't mean, like, I feel like there's a lot of shame and stigma attached to it.
Yeah.
But it's way different now than I think a lot of people were considering just 10 or 15 years ago.
I think people are
I prefer communication versus, in the swinging lifestyle than there is with infidelity.
I think that people are either with that idea and they're like, ooh, that seems fun. Or they're like, no way, and they're running the other direction.
Willing to try it out, at least.
And I don't know if this is like the accurate number, because when they say 1.1% of all people, are there maybe a couple more percent that are like, I would try that, but I'm not going to tell this person on the phone who's asking me these questions. Yes, I still think it's tiny. I still think it's like 3-4% that would be into this, just because I think culturally we're a little more uptight about that. If you ask that in France, or if you ask that in like some Scandinavian countries, I think it might be a much bigger number, just because of what is socially acceptable and stuff that you're exposed to throughout your life.
Times are changing. I mean, even though it might not be something that you would be up for, Sean, like I never ever thought it to be a thing, despite what I saw in like Borat, until I tried out like this dating app that was chock full of it.
Is this Field app thing?
Yeah.
You sent me? I've never heard of this.
Field is not just for swingers, but it opens it up. What I do appreciate about Field when I was using it at the time was that like it allows you to categorize a lot more. It was not just like singles or LGBT or I mean whatever else that you want to find your next marriage partner that some of the apps allow you to do. Like with Field, it was a lot more open to it, and it was just like all couples.
I've never heard of this before, but it says Field dating app for the open-minded to meet the like-minded. And it says join solo or with a partner to find lovers and friends. And, oh, God, it's been around since 2014? My God.
How often do you think people are like, I'm just here to find some friends?
Wow.
Friends.
Look at all these friends. There's so many opportunities right here. So there, if you're into it, now you know. Go over there and enjoy yourself. You only have so many days on this planet.
Don't talk down to it.
Make the most of them.
That's not what I'm into.
But when I say I'm not into something, why do you think that?
You kind of talk down to it a little bit. You have like a tone to you.
You're picking up something that I'm not putting down. I said flat out, I'm not into it. That doesn't mean I'm looking down on anybody who is.
But you won't believe the statistics.
I believe the statistics I just saw. They said 1% of people are into this. I don't think it's a very common thing. I think that in certain groups it's probably more common. But saying something is common or not common doesn't mean that you're judgmental about it. It just means you're acknowledging how often this happens out there. I think it's totally a different thing. I don't hate on swingers. I don't have a problem with swingers. I said it a million times on this show. If you're 18 and over and you're doing consenting stuff with other adults, I couldn't care less what it is. Do your thing. Don't make me get into the rant I got into yesterday. You want to go back to the horses? You want to go back to horse talk?
No, we're good.
I'll go right back into the horse arena right now.
That was a particular hill.
There's look,
horse hill.
I have things that I work out in my head, and I go, I think that's an interesting conversation. And I think like you could really debate this topic for a while, and I'm interested in that kind of stuff. And then I'll say it, and you guys will spin it into whatever you want it to be.
Oh, please.
So you're the real jerks here, actually. I'm the open-minded nice guy, but I get painted in a picture.
I'm fine with that.
I'm sure you are.
Me too. I'll go with C-Lane on this.
I'm so misunderstood. I'm just so misunderstood over here. Let's go over to you. Let's work in some dispatches. We have a couple of minutes here. Actually, we got to do jury duty real quick. So when we come back, we'll do some more because there's a bunch of good dispatches that have come in. Right now, let's do jury duty. Oh, I'm sorry. Here we go.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by our friend, the one, the only, Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. If you get into a slip and fall accident at work, or if you're out and about at some business and you end up getting hurt and it's no fault of your own, if you're in an accident, you should not feel ashamed of going against the insurance companies. They want you to feel that way, but you should not feel that way. You pay money every single month for the protection of that insurance, and then they really don't want to help you out when you do get into an accident. But you need to take care of yourself, because if you just say everything's fine today, months, years down the road, it all comes back, and it ends up being a very bad decision. Pick up the phone and call the attorney that's going to listen to you. It's going to hear out what happened, the details of your case. And Moses is around to be that person and then fight for you against the insurance companies. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MOE. I want to get to that politician who doesn't know how to use social media, but that needs a little more time. So I'm sorry I haven't paid off that
Way
tease
more
yet.
time.
We'll do that after the top of the hour. But whenever I see these, I think they paint them in these stories like it's some funny thing. But to me, I'm always like, oh, God, why is this person doing this? And they said a man is accused of robbing a Salt Lake City, Utah bank. And when he went in, he asked for $1. That's all he wanted. Why? Because he wanted to be locked up in federal prison. Oh. He was one of these people who just was determined to go to prison. A lot of times.
Was he already in prison? Like, was it like
those are usually the two things. Sometimes, and this is the sad one, it's like a medical thing and they don't have any insurance.
Right.
And so they choose to rob a bank, fake rob a bank.
Doesn't that speak volumes?
And the other one is, and this is a weird thing, and it doesn't go talked about very much, but there's people who have been in prison for long strings of time, and then when they get released, they kind of don't like it.
They don't know how to live in the
They're
real
not
world.
used to.
Yeah, like say they spent 30 years in prison. They know how to function in that world. But then you set them out and like they don't have a circle of friends anymore. They don't have like
a job. They don't have a place to live.
They're starting at nothing. It's basically like go be a hobo.
There are some, I think some prisons that will help you, and like maybe even nonprofit programs that work with prisons to allow help you with that
to
transition.
reintroduce you, yeah.
But beyond that, like people get very, very, very screwed over despite like doing their time, like justice being served, and then get thrown into it where they have no other choice
Now
to go back into the prison system.
I do have to tell you that this guy is definitely still an asshole. Because
okay, so I'm ready to hear about it. Because I saw the headline. It's like $1 just so he could go back, and he says, I'll do it again.
It says, according to the affidavit, he sat down in the bank lobby and waited for police to arrive. While waiting, he allegedly told the people in the bank that they were lucky he didn't have a gun because it was taking so long for the police to get there. It's like saying, if I did have a gun, I'd be shooting you guys right now because I want to get to the damn prison. The branch manager then reportedly ushered all the employees into a back room for their safety and locked the door. He gave officers the $1 he stole from the bank. He admitted to the crime. He said he wanted to get arrested and go to federal prison. He says if he gets out of jail, he'll rob another bank and ask for more money next time.
Do you automatically go to federal prison just for robbing a bank?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Bank. Yes.
I hope he investigated enough to know what he was talking about.
Because state prison's going to suck.
Yeah, that's not great. They said, additionally, he told police if he gets out of jail, he'll do it again. He was booked into the Salt Lake City prison. Wait, hold on. He was booked into the Salt Lake City County Jail. So for now, he's not even in the federal prison he wanted to get into. All right, when we come back, we'll talk about this politician that doesn't know how to use social media and likes some things he wasn't supposed to. And a teacher who is keeping his job. And this is so insane to me. Wait till you hear what this guy did. And he's still able to keep his job. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
The audio version of a Live, Laugh, Love wall decoration that's been set on fire. Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Travel with caution and expect delays. Authorities are clearing up an accident heading southbound on State Road 429 at Colonial Drive. Traffic is backed up to Forest Lake Toll Plaza. The off-ramp right lane is blocked due to an accident from I-4 eastbound to State Road 436. There's stop-and-go traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by the Florida Department of Transportation. Hey listeners, before celebrating St. Patrick's Day this year, remember to plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Don't let your luck run out.
Every March, Jersey Mike's turns money from subs into charitable donations.
And March 29th is Jersey Mike's annual Day of Giving, where 100% of sales are donated to local charities.
And to kick off all that giving, Peter gave me an apron. I'm honored.
Looking good, Danny. We've got subs to make, though.
Yeah. Now I know why you gave me the apron.
Join us Wednesday, March 29th for Jersey Mike's Day of Giving. Be a sub above.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com.
Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
Could you use monthly payments to help meet basic needs, like putting food on the table, paying the rent, or buying new shoes for growing feet? Find out about supplemental security income. You may qualify if your income and financial resources are low and you're 65 or older, or an adult or child with a disability or who is blind. Call 1-800-772-1213 or go to ssa.gov/SSI. Produced by Social Security at U.S. taxpayer expense.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
Your rights to justice are under attack in Tallahassee by insurance companies. They are trying to shut the door on victims' rights to recover compensation in their darkest hours. I'm Glenn Levine. Call your lawmaker and tell them to vote no on House Bill 837 and Senate Bill 236 and keep Florida free.
It's time to start getting in shape to get out and enjoy our beautiful weather. So why not get your vision in shape as well? My father-in-law and my son chose Dr. Filatowski, and it changed their lives virtually overnight. Schedule a consultation today with the leader in vision correction surgery, the Filatowski Eye Institute. Text 1041 to 868686 and schedule an appointment now. They have the latest state-of-the-art tech, and their surgeons have performed over 65,000 LASIK procedures. You're in good hands. Text 1041 to 868686 and schedule that LASIK consultation with the Filatowski Eye Institute today.
Hello, Floridians. Today is a good day to do great things. Yes! Like finally getting your closet organized. Or fixing your water heater so you can enjoy warm, steamy showers. Oh, yeah! Do something great today by calling Plumbing Today to take care of all your plumbing needs. Right now, get our 93 or free drain clearing and get the best from today.
Call today, Plumbing Today, plumbingtoday.biz.
Visit plumbingtoday.biz to book an appointment.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Tara, quote, "My doctor wanted me to do saline rinses for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a neti pot. Navage uses suction power, so it's foolproof. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies. I'll bust it out, and the results are immediate. It's such a relief. It's become a lifesaver." Unquote. She's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity during tax season because so much sensitive info is all together.
Before we start the annual meeting of Sean's personal info, has anyone seen Social Security number? Not me. Nuh-uh. Oh, no. He's been stolen.
LifeLock by Norton makes it easy to help protect yourself. If you become a victim, we'll work to fix it. No one can monitor all transactions, but you can save up to 25% off your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
Research shows listeners prefer a personalized experience. So to help you remember, Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance. We personalized this ad for Amber, who really misses boy bands from the 90s.
Hey girl, I'm the cute one, here to tell you how Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
I'm the heartthrob. The only thing I love more than you is saving. And I'm the other boy in the band everyone forgot about.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Injured? Hire the largest injury firm in the world.
Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now number 1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture. This is the News Junkie.
When people don't know how to use social media, and it's all just out there for the world. And I remember there was an account, it was probably fake, but there was somebody who said that they told their mother or their grandmother or something that the way you use Twitter is you just type anything you want to search for in, and then you hit the tweet button. So they had an account with all these like weird searches that this person was doing because they just didn't understand how the actual platform worked. And you'll find that on all of these. There's a lot to look at there in the land of
Facebook,
social media, and a lot of it is weird. And this dude...
I remember one of my mom's very first Facebook posts.
What was it?
Was a reply to one of my cousins.
What did she say?
It was just like, oh, miss you girls, something like that. And but I was like, I think she
doesn't know it's public.
that was her status.
Yeah. There's a lot of things like that you'll see on these platforms. I never heard of this guy, Lieutenant Governor Randy McNally.
Oh, I feel
Tennessee.
The map maker.
No, it's not the map maker.
No, but he became popular when it came to shutting down the groomers and all the LGBTQ and very anti-gay.
I don't know him. He was parodied on SNL, they said, though. So he at least was at that level of attention that Tennessee Lieutenant Governor Randy McNally was being parodied by Saturday Night Live. So that means his name was out there some. McNally is a Republican, and he's now saying he has no intention of stopping. He didn't say stepping down. He said stopping. When he was asked about what happened, he said he's pausing all of his social media activity. Why? Well, there are revelations that he repeatedly commented on posts of nearly nude photos of a young gay model and other LGBT personalities. And
I mean, it was chef's kiss.
He also DM'd him, too. I don't know if you saw that.
All the time.
Because the guy was like, hey, look, this is what this guy sent to me.
TikTok uncovered it, and then on my For You page was the interview with the man who was like, he did a dance around these answers.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that was the gay man that he reached out to. And he's like, hey, I'm the gay man that he was liking and commenting.
Yeah, that's where I saw the
Tell me
DMs from,
more.
I think. Some of the posts that have sparked the most uproar include commenting on a photo of a man's ass where he was wearing only underwear, and he said, you can turn a rainy day into rainbow and sunshine.
And then what's McNally's excuse? He's just trying to help him.
He said,
he's trying to understand.
Well, I see now that I should have been more careful about how my comments and activity would be perceived. See, I didn't know other people could see that, right? That's what he's saying right there.
And it was from the account that says governor or whatever
Lieutenant
he is.
Governor,
LT Gov McNally.
It says, my intent was always engagement and encouragement. For this reason, I'll be pausing my social media activity in order to reflect and receive more guidance on the use of social media. He said he may have made some mistakes. He disagreed that he had a record of being anti-gay and pointed to his opposition of a 2020 law that assured continued taxpayer-funded of faith-based foster care and adoption agencies, even if those organizations exclude LGBT families and others based on religious beliefs. So I don't know much about the guy or his beliefs or whatever, but
I just sent you a clip. It was an interview, I think with CNN, and he just like pulls up the printed paper and he's like, "Hey, did you do this and do that?" And
hang on, is this going to be muted?
Okay.
All the pop-ups, all the things.
Wait, it's just TikTok.
Trying to help this young man in some sort of way?
Just basically trying to encourage him.
There was also this post where the man said he was, quote, not a whore, but a hoe. One is a slut, the other is a prostitute, adding, I'm the one that gets free weed for giving, then a reference to a sexual act.
This is fantastic.
And that's what he commented on.
That was his comment? I see.
That's the caption of the
person he was talking to?
Correct.
Okay.
And he commented like McNally was just like, well, I was just trying to encourage him. And he's like, encourage him to get free weed for Mop Mop.
Is this guy married or anything?
I'm not familiar. No.
By Lieutenant Governor McNally.
Oh, he's got them all printed out?
I know that, a lot of times on people's posts, you see the name and you see what they've written and you just press the button that says like.
So you didn't read that post?
I don't recall reading the part about the weed. I know that.
Only that part? The only thing he's disavowed is the part about the weed.
As far as
a lot of other stuff
Mop
in
Mop
there.
and Whore and Hoe.
Maybe they added that
Just
afterwards.
trying to encourage him.
Hang on, let me get the rest of this.
I might have read that.
In that case, was it appropriate to like the comment?
Probably not. Probably not.
Oh, God. It was so quiet until the end when they hit the TikTok noise. All right, there he goes. Well, he's getting some pushback today.
It's beautiful.
Meanwhile...
Yeah, but, just keep on with those drag queens, though, right?
You are continuing to send in your dispatches, and we love to hear from you. So let's see what we got here. Here is Stefan, who says, way more swingers than you realize. Not stringers. Those are different things.
Hey, Junkies, what's going on?
Hey.
I'm not sure if my other dispatch made it on, so I'm sending this one too.
Okay.
Sean, you would be amazed, maybe terrified, maybe both, at how many people actually are into like the whole swinging lifestyle thing. I was just like hanging out at a party at these people's house, and next thing I know, I'm talking to the wife. She's really cool. I'm talking to the husband, and I started to see what was going on there.
They're fishing.
It was very apparent to me that they weren't the only people in that room that were into that lifestyle.
Yeah, I've run into this before.
And it kind of opened my eyes. So now I've paid more attention, and I've talked to some people that I know. It is a very, very, very big community.
I think it seems big when you get in it because they all hang out with each other. And then you're like, man, there's swingers everywhere. It's like, okay. There's a bunch of them because they love to sleep with other people. And so then you get into
those are lesbians.
To communities where even more people want to do the same thing. And you're like, this is fantastic. I don't know. I don't think I've ever told this story. Maybe I have. I had a job for a while where I was working on a car detailing crew. And, traditional, like you got the car with a little trailer behind you, you got the pressure cleaner and all that stuff. And you go, we were mobile. So we would go to people's houses and then we would detail all the cars and then get the hell out of there. And the guy who we were working for, me and a friend at the time, would always be like, you guys want to go and get some drinks back at my place? And it's like 3 or 4 o'clock. We'd be done with work for the day. He'd be like, you want to go have some beers back at my house? And I'd be like, okay. Go back to his house.
A little kissing.
He lived like in the middle of nowhere, and he like slowly started like over the course of a couple of weeks, like progressing his pitch a little bit further and a little bit further, and a little bit further, until his wife would be around a lot, and then he'd be like, if you guys ever want to blow off some steam and bang my wife, I'm fine with that.
Cock
you can
City,
do that.
baby.
No, it's like, you know what? I won't be coming over here for beers anymore. I'm fine.
Did any of the car wash bros take advantage?
Yes, my friend who was working at the place, because this woman, I wonder if she's listened to this because she lives in the acreage.
This is the part where it gets weird.
She would always do these. It was so weird, the whole process, all of this
like
stuff.
Stacy's mom style.
It's like I was being groomed or something.
Oh,
so the whole process was weird. And there were points where we would be drinking, we'd be hanging out over there. And she'd be like, check this out. And she'd take all of her clothes off and then like streak around the house and then come back inside and be like, why'd she do that? What was that about?
I do the same thing, but I say it to my 2 cats and dog.
And it was like always pushing things a little bit further. And I go, nah, I'm good on that. And my friend, we'll call him Jeff because that's his name. He said, I'll go for it. And he ended up having sex with this guy's wife. And I go, isn't work going to be weird now? And it wasn't. The guy didn't care. You know, he's like in that world. He's fine with that. Bad fish says Sean got groomed. They tried to get me in, man. They were trying to reel me in.
Groomed.
Yeah, this guy definitely was like over the course of time. He was.
Is he not your age?
No, grooming isn't always like. You don't have to use grooming for like it's an underage person and somebody's like slowly bringing them to something. It's like if you have a destination you're trying to get to, like I want these guys to bang my wife. Over time, you're bringing
Still
them
under the umbrella of grooming.
I think you could use it that way. I think it's fair to use it that way. Okay. And I was definitely over 18 at the time. I think I might have been like 20 or something, 19, 20, right around there. But yeah, it was a weird thing.
How old was the guy and his wife?
He was probably in his 30s. Okay. And so was she. And like they didn't have any kids or anything like that. So they were just like trying to bring people back to their house all the time. It was very odd. Scorpio Lady says Sean has some stories. I don't know, man. Weird stuff happened to me when I was growing up. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I remember always hearing rumors of like a particular couple that would hang out at this ale house. And you know, like, because I knew people that worked there, people that hung out there a lot, and they're like, yeah, we always hear about this one couple that like hangs out at the bar and then tries to like find a dude to bring home.
Tries to fish.
And
different type of fishing than earlier fishing.
And bring home, and I think there was videotaping involved.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Hopefully with everyone's consent.
There was somebody when we were growing up. Another weird story. There was
You guys need to talk to a therapist.
I don't know if they have enough time for me. There was another guy growing up who, whenever
you got the money, they got the time.
They get paid by the hour.
You know how this works.
There was a guy growing up, and this is so creepy. He was in his 50s, and when a bunch of people I knew were doing ecstasy and stuff a lot, part of like the rave community stuff, there was this guy in his 50s who would find some of the guys, and he would say, "Oh, do you want a bunch of ecstasy? I can either give you that or $1,000." And then this old man would have them come over to his house, and then he would videotape them doing stuff to themselves, nothing with him. And then he would be like, here's a bag of drugs on your way. And it would just be like trying to find more and more people that he could get to do this on camera. God only knows what happened to that footage. You know, I was
lost. There's too much.
I was only aware of 2 of my friends that did it, but there was 2 of them.
Wasn't there a house at some point?
Yeah, that's a different thing. That's unrelated to this. Things happen to me in my life. There's all kinds of stuff.
That explains a lot.
Let's go over to a couple of your dispatches. Here's Roberto with the dispatch for us. Well, that's all he's got.
Thank you, Roberto.
We'll never forget you, Roberto, the time you were on the show. Here's Pappy Ray. Hello?
It was Junkie.
Go ahead.
C-Lane.
Pappy
Beautiful
Ray.
Sabrina.
Mm-hmm.
Hola.
Love your dog, by the way, Sabrina. She's so cute.
That's a male.
Carl's a boy.
I've got friends that I went to elementary school with. I mean, like pre-elementary school. I'm 61 years old. Most of my friends I've known for at least 40, some of them 50 plus years.
So. That's a while to know somebody.
That ain't unusual, man. That's out in Christmas. None of us moved away. We're all still here. So we're all neighbors and just still hang out together. So. That's all.
See,
Love you guys.
that didn't
Have
happen
a wonderful
for me.
show.
Everybody
Peace.
who I hung out with around that age, say when I was like late teens, early 20s.
Back in my day.
Everybody went off in different directions.
Did
so
they
like yeah, they definitely
Or just
did.
you?
No, everybody went off in different directions. And I moved away, obviously. But people would start to settle down and like have a kid and stuff, and then you're not hanging out.
Florida.
But you're not hanging out with everybody every single day like you were if you have a kid and you start settling down as a family. And then people would move away for jobs, and so it's you're lucky if you've had a relationship for that long. I think it's kind of a cool thing to have somebody that you have that many experiences with. Here is the lovely Lolita. It says, I knew Mike Joy. Who is Mike Joy again?
The NASCAR commentator?
That's right, the broadcaster guy who got in trouble for saying nothing that was even slightly offensive. Right here.
Hey, junkies.
Hey.
I worked for NASCAR in the 80s and 90s and spent a lot of time with Mike Joy, who was a very genuine, wonderful, intelligent man. But I think what the NASCAR fans might be offended by is his use of the phrase one-syllable words, implying that NASCAR fans are too simple to understand.
I think he was probably just saying the ones that were attacking him for there being commercials. He said keyboard warriors, right?
When I looked up Mike Joy, there were some other complaints that he got some other stats wrong during that broadcast.
Oh, God forbid.
And then he did the keyboard warriors thing. And if that's the case, if what lovely Lolita is saying, and please next time turn down your radio because you had a great thing to say.
Right.
If what she's saying is true, the obvious argument for Mike Joy is like, no, I was saying it to the keyboard warriors.
Yeah.
That's who I was trying to insult. I mean, I think he knows better than to insult NASCAR fans when his job is to talk predominantly to NASCAR fans.
You know, if they say that this guy is screwing up stats and he's been a broadcaster for 40-something years on NASCAR, I would love to sit down for just one race and be able to do the announcing for a NASCAR race. Because could you imagine how many people I would trigger with no knowledge about any of the drivers?
We do it all the time. And you think about, like, the announcer is supposed to give the play-by-play, and what he's getting in trouble for, the controversy, is getting stats wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, people are so obsessed with it that they hear one wrong number and are complaining about it.
I don't get that. Yeah, I don't understand why
Go
people
outside.
are so serious about such unserious things. And one amazing thing, this is like just something to think about. One amazing thing to consider is most of those interactions like that are exclusively online interactions. You don't see a lot of interactions like that in real life. But I was thinking the other day, you could have two people. Let's say one is a big-time Trump supporter, and let's say the other is a big-time Biden supporter. And if they pop into a bar and they end up sitting next to each other and there's a football game on TV, and they're like, oh, hell yeah, the Eagles are going to win this. And the other guy's like, you like the Eagles? I love the Eagles. And they can be best buddies there.
So long as they got through the national anthem and hats were off.
Until anything about politics comes up. And then all of a sudden, this other part of you comes out and is like, you see, it's not the person that you dislike. You don't dislike this person because you were just having fun with them. You were having a good time. But now you dislike that they don't agree with you. And that, oh God, we got to get over just being so upset about people who don't agree with us. That's something that is going to be a huge problem in the future.
I agree with that, Sean.
Excuse me.
Oh my God, don't agree with that.
I'm glad I did not do that directly into the microphone because that was...
it smells like...
No, Sea-Lane's watch is the thing that's permeated the room with smells.
Here we are breaking down whether or not this guy's a good broadcaster, and Sean's like, yeah, I don't know.
That's what people expect out of me at this point, I think. When we come back, I'll tell you about this teacher that somehow was able to keep his job despite 20 years of making some mistakes. What were they? That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
We know you're spending some of your work time on Facebook. Like our page at Real Radio 1041, and we'll keep your secret. Real Radio 1041 on Facebook. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Watch out for heavy delays due to an accident on State Road 429 heading southbound at Colonial Drive. The right lane is blocked. There's bumper-to-bumper traffic on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. The off-ramp right lane is blocked due to an accident from I-4 eastbound to State Road 436. Traffic is up to speed on Florida's Turnpike. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Hiring heating up? Indeed's hiring platform makes it easy to attract, screen, and interview candidates all in one place. Sponsor a post and instantly receive a short list of quality candidates on Indeed whose resumes match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
At Sunbelt Rentals, tools rule. They also clean and cut, chip and chop. They construct and destruct, help you climb up high and dig down deep. We rent tools that do so much for those with so much to do. The right size tools for your size jobs, and the expertise to help you rent the perfect one every single time. So next time you need a tool that nails, screws, paints, or polishes, rent in-store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
a real crew capsule, a next-generation space plane, a rocket booster that landed itself. Where will they inspire you to go? Mars? The rings of Saturn? New worlds light years beyond. Choose your breathtaking journey into the future of space travel at Gateway, the Deep Space Launch Complex, featuring Spaceport KSC, where real space meets real thrills. Only at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Visit KennedySpaceCenter.com for tickets.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-777-1979. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-777-1979. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-777-1979. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds, too. Call 800-777-1979. 800-777-1979.
Here's what a Fence Outlet customer has to say about their experience.
After the hurricanes destroyed our old fence, we took the advice of our neighbor and called Fence Outlet. They were fast and professional, and we love our new fence.
Check them out at fenceoutlet.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Preventive maintenance on all brands, and that saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. Visit millsair.com.
One of today's most electrifying Southern rock bands, Robert, John, and the Wreck. Come experience Robert, John, and the Wreck. Performing live on March 19th at the Alexis and Jim Pugh Theater. Tickets on sale now at drphillipcenter.org. Robert, John, and the Wreck. Don't miss your chance to get wrecked.
Did you suffer through 2022 with a terrible bathroom? You wanted to make that call to Rebath in Mid-Florida. You just couldn't do it. Well, make 2023 the year that you finally need to pick up that phone and let these guys show you what they can do. And what they can do is amazing. Take a bathroom that you hate, it's old, it's out of date, doesn't look great, doesn't really complement your home, and turn that into a magical spa-like environment that you begin or end every day in, and it makes you super happy. Here's the great thing. They do this with their employees. They do it in just 4 to 6 days, and they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. And guys, these products are simply amazing. Natural stone, travertine, and marble, all those beautiful colors, but it's the quality of the products that you've got to feel when you go to the showroom. 436 up in Altamont, right across from Kobe. Stop in, feel that quality, picture that in your house. That can happen. They're exceptionally good at it. Let them design a bathroom that you are going to love using their products, your ideas, their ideas, and next thing you know, their craftsmen will have it installed, and you will love it. 2023 is the year that you get a new bathroom, courtesy of Rebath, midfla.com.
You've heard of a pro tip. Here's a mo tip. If you are in an accident, take pictures of everything. The damage, the roadways, and the other drivers, and call the police. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Hello, Floridians. Today's a good day to do great things. Yes! Like scheduling the dentist appointment you've been putting off for 2 years.
Oh, man.
Like finally fixing that creaky door that drives you crazy. Like getting that massage you definitely deserve.
Oh, yeah.
Or taking time to make sure that your air conditioner is ready to beat the heat all summer long. Do something great today, now, by taking advantage of our $59 tune-up with no breakdown guarantee.
Call today. Cool today. CoolToday.com.
Book your appointment now.
Mr. and Mrs. Flavor, thank you for joining us.
Great to be here. I'm Barry. I'm the flavor of Barry.
I'm Janet. I'm bitter.
You wanted to talk about your son. He's the flavor menthol?
Yes. He's the menthol in a menthol cigarette.
He's such a disappointment. Out there getting people addicted. Being used by big tobacco to target black people. He could have been a lozenge.
Menthol cigarettes are just as addictive as regular cigarettes and harder to quit. Find out how to quit today at tobaccofreeflorida.com.
Every cook has their special touch, and at Pollo Tropical, our latest catch puts all others to shame. The new Corvina fish fillet, wild caught, freshly prepared with olive oil and our blackened seasoning, then kept under wraps on our grill till it's bursting with flavor. Enjoy it on a trompy chopper platter with our famous homemade rice and beans. Sure, there are plenty of fish in the sea, but there's only one this delicious. Corvina fish fillet, only at Pollo Tropical.
Pray.com's Meditative Prayers podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your night. Each meditative prayer helps you focus on God, fight anxiety, sleep better, and more.
As you close your eyes, ask God to come and have fellowship with you. Open yourself to the Holy Spirit and ask Him to minister to you.
Listen to Meditative Prayers on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Morgan & Morgan, dial pound 529 on your cell phone. Pound law, that's all.
Radio. 104.1.
Hear it here first. Then everyone else will catch up in a week, or 2, or 4. You're listening to the News Junkie.
What's a guy got to do to get fired over here? If you're this teacher in Tampa, I guess more than you've done for the last 20 years. I'm not sure why they're not firing this guy. I swear to God, like I read this, and so many of these stories, like I'll see a story and it'll be like the teacher was rude to the students, and the kids are just being assholes, and they pushed the teacher too far, and then like the teacher said one tiny thing, and then the kids are at fault 9 times out of 10. But it seems like this teacher is like genuinely not a good dude, and they keep him on the job. And I'll give you like some of the details here because this will help us figure this out before we get to this Grow-ers versus Show-ers study that I told you about at the beginning of the show.
I've been waiting.
That's right here, ready to go. A teacher in Florida has been accused of harassing students, making racist comments, and hurling personal attacks, some of which occurred decades ago. So this goes back like 20 years. Todd Harvey, who is still teaching social studies at Wharton High School in Tampa, has an extensive file of complaints against him, including allegations he used a Nazi salute towards a German student in class.
Good God.
And he called a biracial student named Melanie Copeland a mutt in class. That's just like a little bit of what this guy has said in the classroom.
If it's decades long, then it sounds like his tenure's already been.
Since the 1990s. Well, he doesn't have any tenure. I think he's just a high school student.
I mean, there has to be something that is stopping them from firing him.
Well, the Tampa Bay Times published this report, and it talked about things from sexual harassment to racist comments to all kinds of other things. And one of the students that came forward, she says this: I thought I was the only one who had a serious problem with Hillsborough County trying to sweep things under the rug. She said she didn't realize that both teachers and parents had been complaining about Todd Harvey since before she was born. Huh. So for decades, this dude is just making a terror out of time in his classroom. And they said, nope. He was disciplined and suspended without pay in 2015 for 5 days. They said he was never rebuked, and he is still in the classroom as of the publishing of this and the huge expose from the Tampa Bay Times. Still got his job. Good to go. No problems over there. That's somebody who knows where the bodies are buried, right? That's somebody who's got he's got some kind of information that makes him a little bit untouchable.
I can call everybody mutts around here. Mutt.
You know, they said that he's got like an extensive file of complaints. Do you think somewhere at iHeart they have like a file on each of us?
Yes.
Do you think that there's anything in it? Do you think we have complaints against us?
Yes.
Why?
Me? One.
What? Wait. Why would I have a bunch of complaints?
If you have to, I mean, I don't think this is a conversation for the airwaves.
Every conversation is a conversation for the airwaves.
Did we not have to issue a retraction at some point? That would be on your record, my dude.
That's not like a personnel issue. That's some idiot who was abusing kids and ripping everybody off.
Complaints against you from another colleague.
Yeah. I'm saying like somebody that would say you behaved inappropriately and like said something mean to them, or like you called them by a name. Or
I feel like stuff in the past that you and I have had is probably on the record.
You think you put something in my file? Because I didn't put anything in your file.
I didn't put anything in your file, but
Did you ever say,
have we not have to have meetings?
Did you ever say, put this in his personal file?
Absolutely
Have you
not.
ever, tell me you've uttered those words?
Absolutely not. But you don't
I
believe
do it every
me.
time. I say, put it in her personal file. So that's the only
You're
way
like,
I can...
she's nice, but she cries a lot.
No, I don't think I would think we're all clear, except for C-Lane. He's probably got some stuff.
C-Lane has it for days.
Yeah, because, like,
He had
snoring in the office, and that's
complained about
stealing.
I think blogging Molly probably.
She did not.
She was in the closest office. She was right there, and so it hit her hardest. And but there would probably be some complaints about C-Lane's alcohol collection that was on his desk at work.
Yeah, because we locked our office door.
But we put all the alcohol on C-Lane's desk, and then wasn't the CEO of the company in the building one time, and you put like a cardboard cutout over it?
I didn't put the cardboard cutout of, but somebody.
Jack Bradshaw.
Yes.
How about when we were
put a giant cardboard Ashley Simpson in front of my desk to block my alcohol collection.
Way better than when they were coming through and cleaning out all the 90s shock jock stuff that had fallen behind the desks.
Oh, that's right.
The amount of sex toys.
There was sex toys. There was all kinds of weird stuff that was behind the desk.
When we first started and we were driving down I-4 and I had just gotten a giant pack of, hey, Sabrina, I want you to review these every week. And I'm like, I won't review them, but let's do a cooking show with it. And I remember on the way home, I just stuck one out the window.
Man, that was so long ago. You know that when we were doing the bits that you were doing each week with Fair Villa, which is like an adult store in town here, that we were streaming the video to the News Junkie app.
Streaming before streaming was cool.
We were like streaming directly to the app back then.
And then we ran out of things to cook with.
Yeah, that was fun for a while. Then we had to do that same kind of thing when we had...
I think that we should bring it back.
What was the restaurant that we had on board? And each week we had to do like a stupid-ass challenge. Oh, was it Grow-ers graffiti? That's what it was.
What challenge?
Yeah. Each week we would have the girls from Graffiti Junction would come in.
I thought you were talking about the sweet old lady from Poland.
No. Oh, yeah.
Like, I love Sean. He loves his panna cotta.
Yeah, let me tell you something. First of all, I hope she's okay. And I hope that everything is fine in her world. Her name is Anna from Anna's Polish Restaurant. I hope the place
pay
still
for
exists.
a commercial.
I've never not wanted a client so much in my life.
That's rude.
Let me explain.
And false.
Let me explain so I don't sound like the bad guy. I went to her restaurant. She was one of the nicest people I've ever met. She's got a big personality, and she's an amazing cook. If you like Polish food, I like Polish food. If you like stuff like pierogies and stuff, go to that place if it still exists, if it's still open, and you'll be supporting somebody who's very, very good. But she would sit down with me, and she wouldn't let me pay for the bill when I went in there. And she would go, we took all the money that we had. We took every last penny that we had, and we've invested in a campaign on your radio show to try to see if we can keep this restaurant alive.
That's a lot of pressure.
And I'd be like, what are you doing? Stop the campaign. Like, I'll talk about it for free or something.
And then what happened?
I don't know.
It stopped.
Well, the campaign stopped because, I guess it ran out of money or something. but
she could have helped them,
She was so sweet, and I was like, oh, I never want this. I don't want ever to have an advertiser on board where this is like their Hail Mary pass. What are you making those eyes for? to keep their restaurant?
Their website can't be reached.
Oh, no.
You killed Anna!
I don't hope.
Oh, wait, hold on. According to Yelp, because it said closed and I got worried, but they're closed Mondays and Tuesdays.
Oh, okay. All right. So hopefully it's still
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
And
we might use this for best of.
She's fantastic. We really, really, I really, really like her. But that was a lot of pressure. I was like,
that's what we need to do.
My God.
We need to revisit these things that are no longer around from 10 years ago.
We've done so much on this show over the years, you forget about all of this
Remember Ask
stuff.
Sabby with Krabby and Flabby?
Yeah. I thought about that the other day.
I really do think that we should bring it back. It was a great segment.
Somebody on the Discord said, you guys should do an advice segment. And I was like, oh, okay, I could tell when you joined the show because you missed Ask Savvy with
It
Krabby
was
and Flabby.
great. And you know what gets brought up all the time with me is Sabrina on the Job.
Sabrina on the Job. Yeah, we
all
did
the
that for
time. And I
years.
go, you know what? Especially when it's salespeople. It's like, you still doing that? I'm
Mhm.
like, you didn't hear the last one, did you?
Yeah, you haven't listened for
When
like 5 years if you don't know that.
I
That's not
got
around.
choked out.
Was that
passed
the
out.
last one?
Yes.
Oh,
I mean,
my
I
God.
may have done another one, but that was the one where I had to like call you afterwards. I'm like, hey man, I don't know if I can do this anymore because I got choked out, passed out. Then in a commercial break, had to go to Greyhound and bet money.
Uh-huh.
Then and after still coming to from all of that, they're like, all right, you got 10 minutes to eat a 4-pound cheeseburger.
You got into an eating competition at what was the name of
Best
that?
Burger
Best
Bar.
Burger Bar. That's what it was. Yeah.
And then I was done with it and I'm sweating and like pale and I'm like, this is hard to do.
God Almighty!
But
Yeah,
we'll bring it back.
Yeah, we'll go deep.
Forgot
into
about
this
Krabby and Flabby almost, man.
That was
That was fun.
That was a fun segment.
For some new people.
I would like to put that back on the table.
Well, for like our 10th anniversary stuff, we should revisit more of that stuff because people who are new to the show have no idea about so much of the lore from the early years of this show and the stuff that went
Should
sideways.
try to find our first episode or the first week. It has to be somewhere.
I wish we had that because I'd like to play at least like the first segment of that or so.
I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
I'll never forget it.
It was terrible.
I don't think I have the very first episode, but I could probably find something that's super early.
I think if you try to save it as an MP3, it actually refuses. It's like we can't.
The CD,
the
tape.
codec breaks.
Yeah, it's like, this is so bad. We can't keep this around. Don't forget, we have a bunch of stuff coming up, including the Ultimate Pinewood Derby 4.
Hell yeah.
Get those last-minute rules passes to get your team out there for this great event coming up Saturday, April 8th at Tuffy's in Sanford. It's going to be a great time. And if you want to get this exclusive merch, we're working on like this whole lunchbox with a bunch of cool stuff inside. You can only get it if you're a part of the teams, and you get one for each member of your team, up to 4 people. So go over there to the website, realradio.fm/derby, and get set up with your team, and you can start making your car. You have several weeks to get ready for everything. When we come back, I'll do the Growers versus Show-ers. We'll do the final dispatches. We'll do the stories that didn't make the cut.
You're so gassy.
I'm talking a lot. I think it's working it all up in my system right now. And we'll do Today Alert to wrap everything up for a Share the Show Tuesday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
I've never even seen cocaine. I don't even know what it looks like. I just know it's powdery. I've never
Dad,
seen it.
show 'em.
I'm like one of the. I got to be one of the only guys in this business that came through the '90s that never, ever even saw cocaine.
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
Hey everyone, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Afternoon highs today will reach the low 70s. Mostly sunny skies will prevail with a high UV index, so don't forget your sunscreen. Wake up temperatures tomorrow will be in the 40s and 50s, and forecast highs will reach the 60s, upper 60s at that for your Wednesday, and then temperatures continue to warm by the end of the week. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Daytona Beach.
Ocean breeze, tropical beach. An air freshener can make your car smell like paradise. A drive to Daytona Beach will actually get you there. Beach on. Plan your trip today at DaytonaBeach.com.
Mortgage brokers are better, just like my friend, that mortgage guy, Don. Why, you ask? Well, they do all of their loans through national wholesale lenders. It's still going to be your standard FHA, VA, or conventional loan, but mortgage brokers have access to dozens of wholesale banks competing for your business. And wholesale banks only loan through mortgage brokers like Don. And that mortgage guy, Don, is the best because he made the process of getting a quote or comparing the quote you already have super easy. If you've tried to shop for it, the process could be complicated, confusing. But now when it comes to that mortgage guy, Don, you get a better deal on any home loan when you work with a broker like Don, and you get the satisfaction of simplicity and honesty when you go to that mortgageguydon.com. You want to see the difference? Go immediately there. You'll see chock full of information for you, reliable mortgage information. Any question you have direct access to Don himself and a beautiful button that says apply now. Get a quote or get a free analysis of your existing quote today. Plain and simple, no spam, no hassle, just peace of mind. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
Finding great people to hire is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. It's pretty difficult, right? Well, ZipRecruiter has mastered finding a needle in a haystack, so they take it to the next level. They make hiring so simple that it's like finding a needle in a needle stack. And that's why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Here's what it's like to use ZipRecruiter. They have so many qualified candidates that it's easier to find the right ones for your roles. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's a lot of needles. So how do they do it? ZipRecruiter's powerful technology sends you candidates who are a great match for your job, and you can even invite your top choices to apply. So if you want less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
The IRS has just received $80 billion in funding to hire additional agents for aggressive collections enforcement. If you owe the IRS, now is the time to take action before the IRS comes after you or your business. There's no time to waste. Call J. David Tax Law, a firm right here in Orlando, for a no-cost consultation at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962. Or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
In St. Pete Clearwater, every day is a great escape. With 35 miles of white sand, there's no better place to get away. So let's explore the secluded beaches of Fort DeSoto or paddle our way around Honeymoon Island. Let's kick back, kayak, and catch crimson sunsets. Let's trade busy schedules for laid-back vibes. Let's make today and tomorrow a beach day. Let's shine. Plan your escape at visitstpeteclearwater.com.
Sometimes the easiest upgrades make a home feel brand new, and new flooring is often one of those updates. Swapping worn-out floors or dated-looking carpet for luxurious wood-look vinyl plank is a quick and affordable way to transform a dated space into a modern home you can be proud of. With the largest selection of in-stock vinyl plank flooring at the guaranteed lowest price, Home Outlet is the destination for all of your home remodel needs. Visit the team at your local 100% employee-owned Home Outlet today.
Every March, Jersey Mike's turns money from subs into charitable donations.
And March 29th is Jersey Mike's annual Day of Giving, where 100% of sales are donated to local charities.
And to kick off all that giving, Peter gave me an apron. I'm honored.
Looking good, Danny. We've got subs to make, though.
Yeah. Now I know why you gave me the apron.
Join us Wednesday, March 29th for Jersey Mike's Day of Giving. Be a sub above.
Lowe's knows how to get your lawn ready for spring. And right now, you can get up to $20 off select Scott's Triple Action Fertilizer. Plus, get a Cobalt 40-volt 15-inch string trimmer or leaf blower. Your choice, $149, only at Lowe's. Get set for spring. Visit us in-store or online today because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid 3/9 through 3/22. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Tonight on the CW.
It is truly magical to be a mom.
An unexpected Superman and Lois.
I might be pregnant.
An all-new season begins.
Lois is missing. How could you just leave her? Lives were at stake. My daughter's life is at stake.
Never underestimate
Lois!
the power of family.
We are going to get through this. All of us. Together.
An all-new Superman and Lois, followed by Gotham Knights, series premiere tonight.
It all begins tonight at 8, only on CW18.
Weekday mornings, bring your forecast into focus with WESH 2 News on CW18 and First Warning meteorologist Kellyanne Class.
I'm Kellyanne Class. Every morning, I bring your forecast into focus. You'll always have a clear view of what's ahead, from what to wear to the next best chance for rain. You won't be left guessing what the weather will be, because my focus is on your day, every day.
WESH 2 News Sunrise on CW18. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10.
No one has the same taste as you.
You damn right.
From the music you love to the podcasts you can't live without. And only the iHeartRadio app has it all for free. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Reset your rest at Mattress Firm's Big Spring Sale. Shop top brands today and save up to $700. Plus, get a free adjustable base with select purchases. Time to score big savings on your dream bed.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Forever hovering over life's great dump button. You're listening to the News Junkie.
Final dispatches. Stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Tuesday. Don't forget, it is Saturday, April 8th at Tuffy's in Sanford, the Ultimate Pinewood Derby 4. And you can get those final No Rules team passes over at realradio.fm/derby. So gobble those up and then get ready for a great event. All brought to you by our friends at justcallmo.com. Mo DeWitt is sponsoring this event, and we encourage you to make sure you're there. Because in person, just to be a spectator, it's totally free. And you'll hang out with us and have some drinks, and we'll have a good time. Bring the whole family out there in Sanford at Tuffy's on Saturday, April 8th. Tease this, so let me hit it. Grow-ers versus Show-ers. They did a study. I'm always so blown away by what these scientists are up to. They conducted ultrasound scans on more than 250 men before and after their penis became erect and found that penis growth followed a standard distribution curve. They considered men to be growers if they grew by more than 56% and showers if they grew by less than 31%.
All age
ranges? All ages all over the place. And they said roughly a quarter of the men belonged to the showers group and a quarter of the men belonged to the growers group, and then 50% right in the middle, just hanging out with all of them.
How much money went towards this study?
I have no idea.
Was it really necessary?
But it would be weird to have an ultrasound scan done on you, not before as much, but after that was happening.
I think both would be weird.
Yeah, all of them would just be kind of strange.
I'm going to go with both.
The dispatches all made the cut today. Great job, everybody. Maybe you can do even better tomorrow. We'll see. The stories, they made the cut, all right? Everything today made the cut.
Everything made the cut.
And we're getting ready for the big show on Friday where we're going to be partying it up in the studio here for St. Patrick's Day.
Guys, my doctor will be listening.
Oh, no.
I warned her. I'm like, it might get a little rowdy.
We usually have fun for St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah,
so,
usually.
We'll mix it up this year. We'll come up with some fun stuff and make it interactive.
You're already wearing green, Christopher.
For those of you on the stream. Now you can't rewear that.
Yeah, you can't.
You got another shirt. Didn't you say you ordered something for St. Patrick's Day?
None of the ones on Amazon were really speaking out to me.
Yeah, there's a lot of corny ones when you look for those.
I think we should go end up at a secret spot that they don't know about.
Secret impromptu broadcast.
Yes. I looked at last minute Amazon, shirts on Amazon for St. Patrick's Day, and there were a whole bunch of Biden ones that are like, it's the 4th of Easter. And I'm like, geez, they're going hard.
Oh, God. All right, let's get the hell out of the way. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Tuesday, March 14th, 2023. Today I Learned sponsored by J. David Tax Law. Peace of mind is only a click or a phone call away. Today I learned this movie right here.
Wizard of Oz.
That's right, The Wizard of Oz. Due to copyright issues, The Wizard of Oz, the 1939 version, will be free to post anywhere without any repercussions starting in 2035.
Not too far.
It's a little ways away, but when that happens, you could do anything you want with that movie, and I'm sure they will. There'll probably be a lot of stuff in production. Excuse me, very gassy today. Sorry about that. Apologies. Today, I learned the crews of Apollo 11, Apollo 12, and Apollo 14 all had to spend 3 weeks in quarantine after returning to Earth. Why? Because of the possibility they might spread contagions from the moon.
Moon disease.
They didn't know if they had some weirdo moon disease, so they were worried about it.
Moonvid.
And they made them go into this thing. And they said that the place that they were quarantining in
Dave and Buster's
was an Airstream trailer that they converted into a place.
That's awful. I guess
not
the
very
same
big.
size as what they went up in,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, they were in space, so everything seems a little bigger. Today I learned this guy right here.
Gary Glitter.
That's right, Gary Glitter. The Glitter Band, the former backing group of Gary Glitter, fought a lawsuit for the right to use the name. The band won, but 2 weeks later, the Glitter name was ruined when Gary Glitter was revealed as a pedophile.
Oh, yeah.
2 good weeks, though, before that. 2 weeks. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. In West Palm Beach, it's the Greek Zone. And in Orlando, it's the Jim Colbert Show. It's on the way, and it's all coming up next, right here on Real Radio.